closing on these extra tabs. Just 30 of them. Okay. So, good morning. Thanks for coming to hang out. 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time on a Sunday. So, I have been wanting to play and run Sword World for over a year now, and it has not been possible because for VTT space, you do have to either self-host or do a lot of API stuff on Roll20. Not touching Roll20, so now that I'm self-hosting my own Foundry stuff, I was able to get a Sword World instance up and running, and I was able to go and find and sort of ham-fist in the compendiums necessary. Not all the compendiums apparently. We don't have any magic spells in the compendium I found. So I did make the spells that we're going to be using today myself, which we'll see if how that goes. The best resource that I have found, there is a Wikipedia site, and I did link it on the Discord. It's sw25.wikidot.com, and it do seem to have just about everything you need in Wikipedia format, which is pretty nice, since up until this point I've been using 3 450-page fan-translated PDFs, which are admittedly searchable. But when you crack open those PDFs and see that they're 450 pages each, and that there's 3 of them, and those 3 represent the core rules of the game, not even all the rules of the game, just the core rules of the game, it could be a little intimidating. One thing that I've noticed in the VTT space, which I was hoping for, and it was delivered upon, is the damage tables are auto-calculated. I don't know if any of you had a chance to look through any of the materials that were available, but one of the neat things about this game is that it only uses 2d6 for everything. And in order to have a bit of variance in what you're doing, they will use roll tables, where you roll a 2d6 and then you get a result from the table. And for the damage of spells and weapons, that can be a bit cumbersome if you are playing pen and paper, because you have to keep like little tables like on your character sheet near your weapons. Some groups use cards for everything, like they have like a weapon card, and the card has the table built in. But in the VTT space, it does automatically like roll and then consult the table for you, which is really cool. One of the neat things about those roll tables is that most weapons and spells do have the potential for infinity damage, which is just stupid. So that's kind of exciting to see in play. And beyond that, if you crack open a character sheet, I'll give everybody access to every character real quick. So configure ownership. All players are now owner of all pre-con PCs. Okay. So, if we go into male human fighter, you will see that he has a lot of stats. He's got HP, he's got mana, he's got defense, magic defense, fortitude, willpower, movement speeds, which is limited move, normal move, and max move. I believe everything is in meters, which is like 3.2 feet-ish, something like that. In Imperial Empire of America numbers. He has 3 classes, or at least it looks like he's got 3 classes. He's got his adventurer's level, his fighter levels, and his ranger levels. That is because this game is big on multi-classing. In fact, as you gain XP, you spend XP to purchase classes and level classes up. And you could technically get as many classes as you want and level them any way you want, but I mean, just because you can doesn't mean you should situation. Generally, for a new character, you end up with 2 levels of a major class and 1 level of a minor class. minor classes provide very specialized like support for very specialized things. Whereas your major class is what you would be used to in like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. I wouldn't even describe a minor class as a subclass. Um, it's more like a really beefy background than a subclass, in my opinion. Over on the left, you see that you got skill, body, and mind, but then you have A, B, C, D, E, and F, and then those turn into dexterity, agility, strength, vitality, intelligence, and spirit. So the best I could describe, dexterity got divided into two things, dexterity and agility. Strength is strength, vitality is constitution, intelligence is intelligence. Spirit is sort of wisdom, but all spellcasters rely on both stats, intelligence and spirit. So intelligence is like how strong you are at spells, and then spirit is like mana. You will notice that there is no charisma score or comeliness score or any score that has to do with your personality whatsoever. And you will also notice, if you've looked over the different things that are done in this game, that there are no social skills in this game. That is because in the tradition, in the gameplay style of like first edition D&D, and second edition still, they assume that since it's a role-playing game, you're gonna just handle that by role-playing. And what they mean by role-playing is talking it out at the table. So if you're trying to convince an NPC of doing something, you're literally trying to convince the GM. You yourself are trying to convince the GM that this is the way to go. It is a bit antiquated by like modern, equity and accessibility and all that kind of stuff, where it's like, I want to be a super charismatic character, so I'm just going to put a lot of points into charisma and I'm going to roll really good for charisma stuff. In the same way that, I want to be strong, so I put points into strength and now I can be strong. They never really got the memo, Sword World Land, on that one. So all social skills and charisma and stuff is sadly tied up with you yourself, the person, and how good you are at social skills. So yeah, kind of a tough sell, I guess, for a more modern audience, but I think it's kind of cool, I guess. I remember that was one of the things that get debated a lot when 5e was very popular, was if I'm not asking a player to lift a car over their head to prove that they have a 20 strength, why am I asking them to give me a rousing speech if they are not charismatic, kind of thing. So, whatever. But that's why you'll see that there's no charisma stat or anything. You're also going to notice on those character sheets that next to the little status symbol, it's like a little bar graph, there's a little fist. If you click on that, it opens a little tab that has your fighting stuff on it, essentially. You're going to notice that there's drop-down menus, and that is because all the time, especially as you get higher in level, you can constantly toggle the weapon that you're using or the method that you're using to fight, the class that you're fighting as, and then the class that you are evading as. And that is because different classes are good at different things. And so if you are eventually human fighter level 2, ranger level 2, sage level 1, sorcerer level 2, you would need to kind of like toggle back and forth to get the right combination of stats to do things a certain way. Kind of crazy. It also means that if you are a character like the Lycan Grappler, who can attack with multiple weapons in a turn, you will have to toggle that shit in between attacks. But if you've ever played Pathfinder 2e on Foundry, and you've played Gunslinger or Alchemist, you are used to pushing 30 or 40 buttons per turn. so shouldn't be a problem. One of the things I have noticed is like if you don't use these drop-down menus and fill them in, like your stats are not going to reflect what you can actually do. So if we put no class for the fighter, his evasion drops to 1. If we put ranger, it goes to 4. If we put fighter, it goes to 5. So they do actually impact, like the selection does impact your actual stats. And then next to that is little binoculars. I think they're binoculars. They basically have your, we'll call them exploration actions. They are pretty limited to fortitude, willpower, initiative, and monster knowledge. So fortitude is anything that your body has to do. And then willpower is anything that your brain has to do. Monster knowledge, I believe, is locked behind the Sage class. You have to have at least 1 level in the Sage class. But it is basically PF2E Recall Knowledge. Except you get to roll it for free as part of your initiative. And if you succeed, depending on the level of success, you could just get complete access to the monster's character sheet. So the GM just has to be like, here's the character sheet. If you do really good on it. So that's kind of neat. And initiative. So initiative is so important. I can't even really comprehend how important it is because I haven't run a combat yet. But whoever has the highest initiative, their entire team gets to go first. So
Nice.
So it's like a raw ass fucking beatdown. If it's you guys and it's like 5 enemies and 1 enemy gets like the highest initiative, all 5 enemies get to go first. And then initiative is set for the entire battle. There is no like re-rolling initiative because that would also be bananas if like all 5 monsters got to go. And then they won initiative, and they got to go again, or you know what I'm saying? Like that would be nuts. But it can be very, very deadly to lose initiative. I think the scout subclass is good at initiative, so it's kind of encouraged to have at least 1 person in the party be a scout. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. All right. What else? So that's under the starting stuff. If you go over to the right-hand side and you see equip, it shows you what your equipment is. Male human Phytar, he has a bastard sword, and he can also wield that bastard sword two-handed. If he does, the damage increase is it's fucking crazy, to put it mildly. Absolutely insane. However, this guy uses a buckler, and he uses his bastard sword one-handed. The buckler gives him +1 to his evasion, which is kind of neat. And then he's got hard leather armor. Under that, you got features. This is where the race abilities are. Humans, being the greatest race of all time, have something called Sword's Grace Change Fate. So what Sword's Grace means is that the gods care about you. So most species or races have Sword's Grace. Obviously the Tabbits I mentioned earlier don't, because their god died. So that's it. That's that. But in the top right of your character sheet, there's a little like chess piece queen sort of crown, and it's got a little toggle switch on it, and that's to mark if you used your Sword's Grace for the day, the session. I think it's per day. Human's ability is probably one of the most unique things I've ever seen in a TTRPG. You roll your 2d6, you look at your 2d6, and you're like, that would be much better if I flipped both dice upside down. That's the ability.
That's awesome.
So it's not a reroll, it's just a straight up, I flip both dice to the opposite sides. So if you got Snake Eyes, which is an auto fail, you're actually kind of happy as a human because you just flip it and now it's a critical success. But it's pretty cool. I've never heard of something like that before. Let's see. Then there's feats. I think you get like a feat every odd adventurer level. I want to say adventurer level, not class level. Adventurer level is equal to the highest level class you have. So there is definitely a reward for leveling a single class high, because you gain access to more feats and better abilities and stuff like that. But you don't have to. You could just be like level 1 or 2 in every class in the game, if you're into that. Below that are spells. Male Human Fighter doesn't have any. Of these precons, the Tablet Sorcerer and the Elven Priest both have spells. Effects tab, it doesn't seem like anybody is actually building working effects for this game. So I don't know if this is ever going to take place anytime soon. So everything has to be tracked manually. Having some pen and paper nearby to keep track of like what's going on, not a bad idea. I'm looking for mods that we could use to try to like, track things in game easier. But currently, nobody's got any automation set up for that kind of stuff. If you go to the little suitcase, that is where your equipment is. I installed a mod that was supposed to enable backpacks and containers to like sort things. It doesn't work with Sword World, so everything's just kind of thrown in your inventory. Probably the most noteworthy thing is, as a free action in combat, you can just change your hand economy. This ain't PF2E. So you can just like switch out for your two-handed sword, switch out for a potion. There's no restrictions on that. It's assumed that you set up your adventuring gear in such a way that you can just get to the shit you need when you need it. What else? Yeah, I don't really know if there's any. Oh, yeah. Equipment slots. I kind of was hoping that the character sheet would reflect this, but it is very like MMO, like video game coded. Like you are allowed to have one hands item. You're allowed to have 2 ring item. You're allowed to have 1 head item. You're allowed to have. So once you have like an item on your body, that's your item on your body. You can't just stack. You can't stack 7 hats on your head like you can in Pathfinder 2e. So there are limitations on where things can go based on body parts. I don't know how that applies to creatures that have unusual anatomy. I haven't gotten that far. Though there are apparently these guys called scissor scorpions that are playable, and they're centaur scorpions with scissors for hands instead of pincers. I don't know where they put the rings, but and then I think that's that. I don't know what description default item class does. I'm assuming something needs to be toggled into those spots, but I haven't really figured it out. This is also the tab where languages are. In order to keep that fantasy racism as predominant as possible, languages are very hard to learn. Frequently, you will have a character that can read or speak a language, but not both.
Oh, that's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, and so it's designed to make the world, which is not as grandiose in size as Galarian or like Faerun or anything like that, or Toriel. But it's supposed to make the world feel very, very big, because there are these like language barriers and cultural barriers and things like that. So that's kind of a run through of the character sheet. One other thing is in the top right underneath adventure level, you're gonna see it says fumble. I believe you're supposed to track every time you fumble, because the more you fumble, the better chances you have of increasing stats when you level up, which is a very Dragonbane situation. So I thought that was kind of neat. Also, if you do need to edit a character sheet, this is kind of like the Foundry VTT 5e situation. You constantly have to unlock everything to fuck around with it. So yeah, there is going to be a little lock button in the top right, and that lock button is on everything. It's on your items, it's on your spells. So if you try to like mess with stuff and you can't, It's probably because it's unlocked. If you leave your character sheet unlocked, it will not function. Your character won't be able to like update their hit points and their mana and stuff like that. I learned that yesterday. So, yeah. So that's the character sheet in general. Any questions thus far? Right? Okay. So up for grabs today, we have male human fighter, the fantasy staple. There he is. Don't know what his name is. Could be John. Not sure. His claim to fame is that he is level 1 ranger, level 2 fighter, and rangers are the best at using potions, which is kind of crazy. I thought maybe alchemist or something, but rangers are like really good at applying and using potions, like healing salves and things like that. So that's a pretty cool, I don't know, feature of the ranger. Also, the ranger is like a scout, but only outside. Yeah. Then you've got the female dwarven fighter. The reason that there's 2 fighters is there's only 3 martial classes in the game. There's only 3 martial classes in the whole fucking game. There's fighter, there's grappler, and there's something called like battle dancer. But like battle dancer is in like, I don't know, the 3rd rule book, and I didn't feel like figuring out how they work. But basically, the battle dancer trades defense for additional combat options, is how battle dancer works. So I thought about having a battle dancer to kind of show all 3 martial classes, but yeah. And then she has tactician as her minor class, and tactician gives you essentially like 4E warlord, PF2E. What's the class called?
Commander.
Commander. Yeah. So you get to yell at people and tell them what to do, essentially. And as you level up, you can get more and more stuff for that. We got the Tablet Sorcerer. The Tablet Sorcerer is also a level 1 sage, so they do got that monster knowledge cooking. And then they have to keep track of their MP, of which they have quite a bit. And then they have some pretty powerful spells that they can cast. So yeah, overall, pretty neat. Let's see. I wish that when you moused over the spells, it would tell you what they do. Or even if you click on them, I think you have to hit the edit button to go in and read about them. Yeah. Let's see. And then we got the Lichen Grappler. So the Lichens are furries that can go beast mode, and then their head turns into an animal form. That's the official situation. I think a lot of people just pretend that they're full-on like werewolves, and that's fine too. And then, you basically always want to just be wolfed out, I guess. I couldn't see any downside to not being in your beast form. While you're in beast form, you gain access to your dark vision and things like that. The grappler is kind of cool because it's unarmed combat, but it has a signature ability called Throw, which apparently lets you, throw people around. So that's good. And then they are a level 1 scout in addition to everything else. Yeah. Last class is the Elven Priest. Oh, I guess I should be throwing Go. Grab it. Alright, so the Elven Priest, let's see. They are also a level 1 marksman. So that means that since they don't have, as a priest, a lot of, attack spells, they just whip out that bow. Not just any bow. Normal bow. That's right. In case you were wondering, it's just normal bow. Both spellcasters also have an item on them, a consumable called a Mako Stone, which are just straight up mana potions, which is kind of a cool kind of a cool thing to have. You can use a Mako Stone to power a spell. When your Mako Stone runs out of points, it crumbles to dust, essentially.
Does that Legend of Zelda shatter?
Oh yeah, that's cool too. Yeah. And then let's see, the Elven Priest has spells as well. Not as many as the Sorcerer, but they have the good stuff like Cure Wounds. They have an attack spell called Banish, which is fueled by racism from the gods. Basically, if the enemy is undead or barbarous, then they can be affected by this spell. And barbarous, you might think, oh, you mean like demons? No, they're just species that the gods of light don't like. So like pretty much anybody that the gods of light don't like are branded barbaros, and I believe in the English translation they're switching that over to be called Scarborn. But essentially, those lineages are tainted by the gods of darkness and evil, and therefore this banish spell can fuck them up pretty bad. It can fuck them up pretty bad. So yeah, so those are the characters that we're going to try to playtest today. Is there anybody that's got a particular preference? You guys want to roll off for it? Does it really matter?
I'm good with anything. So if anybody has a specific one, I'll take whatever's left.
All right. If anybody wants to pick, do a quick D20 into chat.
Just a question about the priest. Looking at the spells, the other spells don't have descriptions.
Oh, really?
Other than Banish.
Let me see. Awaken. It should be under summary. So like Awaken would say like a sleeping.
Oh yeah, if you pop them open.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the reason Banish had so much is it has like a little subtable you have to roll on and everything. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Oh my God.
Damn,
right.
plus 20.
Okay.
And last.
All right. Orange, you're up. Who do you want to play as?
I'll take our tactical fighter.
Okay, dwarf fighter. All right. Juanito, who do you want to play as?
Hit me up with that priest.
All right, sounds good. Okay, David.
Let me play as the grappler.
Grappler. Okay. All right, Nathan. Got male human fighter, Tabit sorcerer.
Be that Tabit. You know I gotta play the small.
All right. Okay, so we got that sorted. Great. Now we could just be playtesting mechanics, but you know we'll have like an adventure at the same time, I guess. So the four of you work for local adventuring guild. That's the premise of pretty much all of Sword World. Is they've got different adventuring guilds and different class schools like all over the world. And the only way that civilization can survive is with these adventurers going out and essentially culling the endless supply of evil. So basically every fucking fantasy RPG, anime, or game that you ever played from Japan is based on Sword World. Back in the day, some guys came back from America with news of Dungeons and Dragons. People were into it. They wanted to like do it. TSR America was like, "What's Japan?" And they were like, "Maybe we could steal it, guys." And they're like, "No. Those TSR guys might sue us. We should just make our own. Just make our own." And so they did. And that is where it sort of split, and it continued to develop on its own. So like when you watch Delicious in Dungeon, or Dungeon Mishi or whatever, and you're like, wow, the kobolds are dogs. That's crazy. It's not crazy. The kobolds were always dogs. They got changed to dragon lizards in 3rd edition, but they were always fucking dogs, and they stayed dogs in Sword World. And then Delicious in Dungeon is based on Sword World, because that's the D&D that a lot of these creators grew up with, so that's what they know. Like, So when they interviewed the lady that does Delicious the Dungeon manga, and she said she'd never played Dungeons and Dragons before, that's true. She's never played Dungeons and Dragons before. She played Sword World though. So yeah. So the premise is you work for one of these many adventuring guilds. You actually have a spot on your character sheet, I believe, to put what rank you are in the adventuring guild system. So it's very much like every anime you've ever seen. In fact, there are items, spells, and abilities that you can't even access unless you are a certain rank adventurer in an adventuring guild. So anyways, you guys are obviously the worst rank. You're the lowest level scrubs that they've got, but you're ready to make a name for yourselves. Whether you were friends that decided to be adventurers together, or you were all like new hires around the same time that have just banded together for mutual strength, apes together strong situation, I don't really care. But the four of you, and maybe Male Human Fighter if he shows up, he had to go take his kid to someplace and then he'll be back. I mean, canonically, that's probably what happened. So while you guys are here, a contract does come in, and it's a contract that no one else wants. When you look at the billet, the contract says missing chickens. Something or someone is stealing all my chickens. I need to get to the bottom of this. Those chickens aren't just my livelihood, they are my friends. And it's from Farmer Jane. The reward for this fine quest is 10 gamels each. Gamels are the gold pieces in Sword World. 10 gamels is a pittance, but you know that the only way to rank up as an adventurer in the Adventuring Guild system is to complete quests, and this one got an official stamp of approval from the guild. So it somehow got pushed through the bureaucracy to become a real quest.
Well, money's money.
Is there like copper, silver, gold, and then gamels are the gold, or is it just like money
all the way down?
Nice. Okay.
I think there is ancient coin that could be like found while adventuring, but that's just treasure that you have like transferred to gamels, basically. All right. So the local guild marm, big Ara mom energy. She brings you guys out some sandwiches with the crust cut off and some milk because she knows that you guys are fucking babies. And she says, "Oh, what are you looking at there? Oh, the chicken quest. Are you sure? Might be dangerous." And she sets your plates of sandwiches with the crust cut off and milk down in front of you.
Yes, Guildmaster. I think that we can handle this, says the small tablet sorcerer.
Okay. You say that to her as she's tucking your little bibby in because you don't want to get your clothes all messy with crumbs.
I usually get crumbs in my fur.
She pats your head affectionately in a matronly way and says, "Well, if you think you can handle it, then by all means, I'll give you the rest of the information for the quest." And she hooks you up with Farmer Jane's contact information. She lives in a little farm on the outskirts of Starter Town, and you can go and speak with her for more information.
To the starter farm in Starter Town we go.
Nice. I did at one point find like a list of like here we go. Everything you could fucking do in the game on 2 pieces of paper. So I'll put that in chat and I'll also put it in our resources. What can you do? Question mark. So there are actually a lot of things that you could do that are not clear on your character sheet. That includes appraising things, banishing things, like thoughts, I guess. Cartography, danger sense, which Tabbets are really good at, because when they got abandoned by their god, they developed a supernatural danger sense, because if something could kill our god, who knows if we're next. They've got detect, engineer, evocation, herbology, insight, investigation, listen, literature, meteorology, monster knowledge, notice, pathology. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what pathology does as a skill, or even in real life. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. The study of diseases. Okay. All right.
Why are they muddying up our fantasy world with science, damn it?
Right? Search, spellcasting, spot traps, specifically. Spot traps. That's different than notice. I just want you guys to know. This is another first age of magic holdover. Is traps are a different thing to look at. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing to look at. In that way, tracking is also different than noticing or spotting traps. And weakness. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what weakness does either. Hold on. Let's see.
Does that like go with like the sages and monster knowledge?
The sage can bring out like the the weakness of a creature. I just don't know why specifically there's one called weakness.
I think that's supposed to be the monster knowledge thing. I'm not finding weakness as a separate skill in the rulebook.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
Oh, it's the target number for monster knowledge, so how you calculate that, I guess.
Oh,
why is that on this sheet?
I don't know. I mean, again, the resources that we have available are somewhat limited, so I'm just trying to... but...
Oh, wait, it's also fan translations, right? So it might be inconsistent.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Weakness is something you can uncover with a monster knowledge check. Yeah, so it probably doesn't need to be there, because they already got monster knowledge further up. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Conceal, disable devices, disguise, first aid, pickpocket, set traps, and so on and so forth. So there's a decent amount you could do. Now, you might notice that there's some checks down here under Vitality called Death and Fortitude. Hopefully we don't have to deal with this today, but another one of the things that's absolutely wild about Sword World is dying at 0 hit points. If you get dropped to 0, we have to figure out how far into the negative you got, because that is the target number, the DC, as it were, that you have to make immediately on a death check, I believe, or you die. just fucking die. Even if you pass, you have to keep making these checks. And you do not stabilize until I think you make like 10. It's like a ridiculous amount. Like, you have to make a lot of these checks. So 6? Is it 6 that you have to make?
It's 6, one every 10 minutes. So after an hour, you wake up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You do not, and it's you don't get up very easy from being at 0. Even if you are healed to positive hit points after being dropped to 0, you do not regain consciousness. That's a different process. It's called Awaken, and there are Awaken potions, and there is an Awaken spell. But being healed up from 0 does not put you back in the fight. One cool thing is that if you do roll boxcars, so 2 6s, on your death checks or whatever, you do pop back up with 1 hit point, ready to fight. So that part's kind of cool. Anyways, all right. So you have the information to go check on Farmer Jane at the small farm outside of Starter Town. do we just head over there? Is that the play?
Sure.
All right.
Before we go, Lysara was going to find a really big mug and fill it up with milk.
Oh, nice.
We're foregoing the sandwiches.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Oh,
no. Tabit Sorcerer stays and eats all of his food and drinks all of his milk before he leaves because he doesn't want the Guildmarm to be disappointed in him.
Very nice. She does appreciate that. But Guildmarm has been doing this a long time. She actually packed all you guys' lunches up for the road. So she wishes you well. You take your sack lunches and you head out. As you travel through Starter Town, you see everyone. It's basically the intro to like Beauty and the Beast. It's a provincial town. There's a girl singing about how she needs to get the fuck out of here. People are talking about how weird she is. It's kind of like some social bullying, but it's normal for the first age of magic. As you make your way through the beautiful town that is well protected by adventurers, deep inside the territories of civilized lands, not on the borders of the wilderness like I usually run my starter towns, you do arrive at Cox Landing, which is the beautiful sign out front of the chicken ranch. As you enter, you smell the stink of chickens on the air, but looking around, you don't see any chickens. There is a beautiful country girl looking NPC sitting on the wooden steps of her front porch, looking morose. When she sees you guys approach, she gets a hopeful look in her eyes.
Gonna go up to her since I'm a dwarf, probably at eye level with her sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
The lady at the guild counter gave us a quest you put up. Something about chickens?
My quest finally got approved? Oh, thank goodness. I was about to grab a weapon and go try to find them myself. My chickens, they've been disappearing. One after another, more and more, and then all I had left was my rooster Henry, and he went missing. He went missing as well. Now I got nothing. And you would think that agriculturally, this is a lot of chickens we're talking about, because the chicken ranch is like hundreds and hundreds of chickens, right? But since this is a fantasy RPG in a video game world, it's not really that many chickens that have gone missing.
Yeah, there's like 14.
Yeah.
And it feeds the whole town.
These chickens lay a fuckload of eggs. She says, to clarify, not all the chickens have gone missing, but the best chickens have gone missing. She motions to several like hen houses, and you see and hear the sounds of an activity of chickens. She says, "No, these are my prize chickens, the ones that lay the most delicious eggs. And Henry, of course, who's the breeding stud of, I don't know if that's what they're called, of all my chickens. They get a special house next to mine." And she shows you that there is a very fancy chicken coop situation attached to her house. It looks like the chickens can actually enter her home through like a dog door. Yeah. She says, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Without them, I'm just a regular chicken ranch. But the eggs that they lay are said to have magical properties. People come from all over the continent just to buy some of the eggs that these chickens lay, and now they're gone. That's why I desperately need you to find them. I could take you to the scene of the crime so you could do some investigating. And just bring them back home safe. Promise?
Ugh, does the scene of the crime smell worse than it does right now?
Does what? Oh, the scene of the crime. The scene of the crime just, it smells like a chicken coop, but like a well-tended one. Like, but it do got that chicken smell. Yeah.
That funk.
Yeah.
Lysara's just wrinkling her nose at the whole thing.
Seeing your hesitation, Farmer Jane is going to sweeten the deal. She says, also, I know that the reward that the guild posted said 10 gamels each, but I am willing to throw in a dozen eggs.
Is that each or total?
Oh no, just 1 dozen for all of you to share. Again, these are the most incredible eggs in the continent.
I mean, I do need protein, so I mean that's better than nothing.
Right. She leads you to the scene of the crime. And then I guess this is where we will roll our first skill checks of the game. I'm looking for investigations or notices, which are intelligence checks.
Remind me where I find these.
I don't think they're on your sheet, is the problem.
Okay. Everything.
I think you just like click on damn, how do you roll checks? Boy, I'm glad we're playtesting this. Let's see. Maybe under check, are we supposed to fucking add them in as you use them? That would be crazy. Maybe though. I wonder if that's something that's in like the compendiums. Let's see. Investigate. There's definitely nothing already made. All right. Right. I guess you just use the dice tray and roll me 2d6. And then if you are doing notice, you can add your scout or ranger levels.
If we're going to be doing the investigate, should we be adding the intelligence bonus?
Oh, for sure. Yes, you will add the intelligence modifier as well.
And then when you say the scout levels, that's like your level 1, or is that like your scout intelligence?
Literally you add how many levels of a class you have to the thing. So you would add your intelligence
so
plus your scout or ranger. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the 7.
You got a 7, Elrond, you got an 8. Okay. Let's see. With your 8, you see that there's definitely been a crime here. The chicken enclosure has been broken open in a way that would allow chickens to escape. Looking around the area that was kind of busted open. Okay. Tabit Sorcerer comes up to assist with the investigation, and Elrond, I'm assuming you are Elven Priest. So Elrond, as you're investigating, and Tabit Sorcerer comes up to help. Tabit Sorcerer, your nose starts twitching. You smell something pretty good, and looking in the grass and dirt near the hole that was made in the enclosure, you find chicken food, like chicken feed, but it's been like doctored. It has like a honey glaze on it. Is that cardamom? You're not sure, but like it's pretty. It smells pretty good. It could be. You could eat it as granola. Like it's that nice.
What you got there?
It's fancy food. She really likes these chickens. I don't know if this is just what she normally feeds them. We should probably ask.
Is she still with us, or did she leave us to it?
Oh, good question. Is she a backseat driver customer, or is she a trust the professionals? I think she cares about these chickens enough that she is hovering nearby. Afraid to ask questions because she doesn't want to distract you, but definitely within easy access.
Hey, lady, is this your food?
She comes up and she looks at the chicken feed that kind of glimmers in the light, and she says, "Oh no, wow, that's awful fancy." She looks at it. She says, "Well, I certainly no. I mean," she kind of blushes. She says, "I just don't have the kind of skill to make something that fancy. Plus, I don't know if that would be healthy for the chickens to eat on a regular basis. Honey, cardamom, nutmeg? What? I mean, where did you find this?"
On the ground.
Most notably, you found it on the ground outside the enclosure.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Okay, so she so she looks and she says, "Oh, what? That's awfully strange." You feel that with the evidence that you've gathered so far, you could track, like where the chickens went, with a track check, which would be intelligence plus ranger or scout levels.
Does it smell that intense?
Do
or
you-
is there,
it has an aroma to it. So like it's definitely something that if you were a hungry chicken, you would pick up on it pretty quick. Or a person that likes granola. Because you realize that, I mean, it basically is top shelf granola.
Well then.
Does anybody want to try to do a track?
Do you have to be a scout or a ranger to use the track?
What
or
a
do you
great
just
question.
Great question.
Let's see. Can only scout or ranger track?
I think that's only for monster initiative. Any other skills you can, but you don't get bonuses at all.
Right. Oh, okay. You don't get to add your level to it or your intelligence modifier, right? Yeah. Anyone can attempt any skill. ... But if they don't meet the prerequisites, they just roll 2d6 and hope for the best. Oh wow. All right. Let's see. Okay.
On the
Track
chance.
is listed under observation check package and is marked as Scout Ranger. So you have to be Scout and or Ranger to get your intelligence bonus and level added to it.
Did I accidentally delete my token?
Okay. Maybe. Looks like it, yeah. I'll drag one out for you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Let's see. Okay, so Priest would not get to add intelligence mod because they don't have Scout or
I think the
Ranger.
second roll was mine because I think I accidentally selected.
Okay. So you got a
12.
9 plus 3, but you were also you're a Scout, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So with a 12, that is enough. You do see pieces of this granola that head off in the direction of the nearby woods. And it's one of those things that nobody would even notice if they weren't looking for it. And you're honestly surprised that birdos haven't come and snatched it up. But here and there, you do find little pieces of it, and eventually you find little paw print footprints left in the dirt and mud. And they seem to be coming and going from the woods towards the ranch and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just your standard cute little paw prints, like that. So probably a fox or something.
We are still by the house, right?
Yeah, I would say that the lichen grappler travels maybe, say 10 meters or so, just to confirm that there is actually a trail to follow.
Lady, say, you know if anything lives in those woods?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
beside animals?
Oh, besides animals? Probably not. All the local adventurers would have probably run out any monsters or beasts that were causing trouble. What do you think it is? It can't just be a fox or something, right? Because, I mean, a fox wouldn't have been able to break a hole like that in the side. You don't think it's a bear, do you?
Well, I don't think a bear uses bait to catch chickens, so...
So you think that this is bait?
But what if the bear's smarter than the average bear?
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Well, I suppose we'll see what we find, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
You've got the trail, right? Let's see.
I think so.
Right. You guys follow the trail away from the ranch. The NPC farmer says, well, I'm going to stay here and keep an eye on the rest of my chickens and my livelihood. Please, bring my birds back home safe.
We'll do what we can.
All right. You guys roll out. As you do, you reach the edge of the woods. Once there, the sun starts to like filter through the trees, gets a little darker. And you're just kind of keeping an eye out, following this trail. A flock of birds caws and like flies away, and you realize that they have discovered the granola trail and devoured it, at least on this end.
Is there any regular sort of trail that's visible?
Okay. Let's see. That seems like it would be another tracking. Okay. Yeah, as you look around, you do see there is sort of well-worn trails through the underbrush, but they seem to be sized for smalls or small creatures. So you guys could follow them for sure, but in certain areas where there's gonna be like brambles and underbrush, it would be slow going for everyone except the Tabit.
The part that was still intact of the original trail did follow one of those?
With that, you kind of like look and you do see that it sort of like meanders towards the edge of the forest, connecting to this more well-established trail.
Seems like a decent enough lead to me. Shall we?
If we run out of leads in the forest, we could probably just go into like town and see if anyone like has bought the ingredients. Like if we have a sample, we could like go to the feed store and be like, "Hey, has anyone made anything like this?" You know, if we run out of leads.
Good thinking.
But that's like a solid plan B, I think.
As you proceed,
Yeah, let's follow this first.
Further into the woods, you do happen upon what appears to be the skeletal remains of a humanoid. They are laid up like against a tree. They have an arrow still sticking through their rib cage, sort of like kind of limply sort of tangled in the bones and rotting clothing that's there. Their right hand is broken, the bones kind of scattered, and it looks like the body was definitely checked for goods. It doesn't seem like they have any bag or gear on them.
Was this request posted before at the guild?
No, it has never made it past the bureaucracy.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
I mean, you're making the assumption that it's related to this. It just could be some poor sod who got jumped by bandits.
Well, don't want to get jumped by bandits either while looking for some chickens.
Fair. That's fair.
There was some sort of skill to use to, like, look out for danger, right?
Ah, yes, danger sense.
I'm supposed to be good at that shit. How do I use it?
So let's see. Tabbits have a racial ability. Let's see. Called Sixth Sense. And so when something appears in chat and it's just the name, if you click on the name in chat, it should open up and reveal everything. The ability to sense danger, Tabbits may make danger sense checks using their adventure level plus intelligence modifier. Oh, wow. Okay. So your danger sense. You feel that these remains have, they have been here a while. It looks like the meat has kind of been picked clean from the bones. If you had to guess, based on the remnants of the clothes that are left on the remains, they are some kind of scholar or maybe priest or sage or something like that. Probably human. But again, they're old. These are old bones. This is an old corpse. Too old to have been recently killed or make you feel that whatever killed them is still around. So your danger sense, your Peter Tingle is not thrumming right now.
They've been here a while. I think we're okay.
Well, time to continue then.
All right.
Do we need another tracking check for the track?
No,
or do we
you
just
kind of know what
continue?
you're looking for at this point. So you continue to follow the trail, and eventually, you do come to like a more rocky terrain, and then a hillock of stone, and you can hear a faint clucking off in the distance. Now I'll take you over to the map. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. And cool. Yeah.
Ooh, snow.
Oh, is it too dark to see? Or can you guys see?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll add a light source real quick. Oh, wait.
Also, we have a severe snowstorm.
Where? In where you live?
No, it's showing at the top of the map. There's like a calendar and weather.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really messed around. It's a new calendar that just came out. It's called Calendia.
Huh.
I was hoping it was better than Seasons of Stars, but I haven't gotten to dig into it yet. All right. So as you guys approach, you hear the sound of a chicken, and you see a chicken come into view. She is resplendent, but she looks scared and confused. She lets out a buck as she starts fleeing towards the woods. and you see pursuing her are two bipedal doggos.
Adorable.
Aww.
They don't look like they have intention to harm her, but they do look like they have intention to catch her. One of them has a net, and one of them is offering granola. They speak in their yippy yappy tongue. Would it be common knowledge to you guys what these things are? Yeah, probably. Kobolds are amongst the weakest Yuma among the Barbaros. They're about 4 feet tall, a little under 4 feet tall. They resemble upright dogs. The other Barbaros treat them like slaves or emergency rations. And it is not uncommon for them to flee to humanoid cities to escape such conditions and persecution. They are obedient and loyal to those who feed them, and they are renowned for their culinary art skills. In larger cities, the adventuring guilds, the kitchens are often filled with kobold cooks and chefs.
Since my god is dead, am I less fantasy racist?
I mean,
or would I still be like, they're evil?
What was the word they used in the actual rule book? Meritocratic. They said they said adventurers in the world of Raxia are more often than not meritocratic. So that means that like race, culture, origins, doesn't matter. It's how skilled you are, what you've done, reputation, that kind of thing. But I just thought it was neat. It was a neat like word to use.
Yeah.
But anyways, it looks like they are going to roll into some combat. You hear like combat sound, and the screen shatters, and the kobolds and the chicken go into combat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you guys want to join or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We must save the small chicken.
All right. As you rush forward, I'll take everybody and I'll put you onto the combat map. All right. So you guys will be on your back line to start. And then one kobold will be on the back line and one kobold will be engaged with the chicken. All right, here we go.
Don't you have to like choose where you get put?
I think normally yes. Since these guys are like running up. Well, we should do it. Yeah, we should do just a straight up vanilla one. So hold on. Let's see.
There it is. Initial placement. The faction which won initiative places their characters on the field first. In simplified combat, only be placed in their faction's rearguard or on the front line.
Yes. So here.
The losing faction must place at least one of their characters on the front line. If the winning faction places multiple characters on the front line, the losing faction has to match that.
Ah, okay. All right, so as you rush up on them, everybody should roll initiative.
Where is initiative?
So on your tab, there will be binoculars, I think, is where you would find the initiative. The initiative check determines which factions act first in combat. The formula is 2d plus scout or tactician class level plus dexterity modifier versus opponent's faction's highest initiative score. Do not add your dexterity modifier to this roll unless you have the scout or tactician class. So only
I have tactician, but
yes.
It didn't add that.
Then you will have to mental math it, or you could add it manually into the mod section. So where it has like the binoculars tab, and then it says initiative. Yeah. You could just add that in yourself.
Yeah, so keep the roll or want me to roll it again?
We could just mental math it. So, Bryn Mira, you got
13.
a... Woo! Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see. What about these guys? Initiative, they have a flat 10, these kobolds. Alright, so as long as you get higher than 10, you are good to go. Alright, you guys won the initiative. Let's see. The faction that won initiative places their characters on the field first. We're using simplified combat. Characters can only be placed in their faction's rearguard or front line. Alright, so where do you guys want to go? Front line allows you to be closer to their front line to get into a skirmish. Back line is good if you are a ranged attacker and you don't want to get completely wrecked in combat. But backline only makes sense if you are non-combatant or ranged attacker.
Well, Big X goes back, so...
Alright. Elven Priest, do you want to be in the back or the front?
I would like to be in the back.
Alright, Tablet Sorcerer, front or back?
Front or back? Back.
Alright, Lycan Grappler?
Frontline, baby.
Alright. So you should be able to just move. There you go. Alright, Chicken, in response, would like to be in the front. She's trying to escape. Alright, so let's see. The losing faction must place at least one of their characters in the front line. If the winning faction places multiple, they must match that number. Okay, so they're all in the front line. Alright. And you guys want initiative, so you guys will get to go first in whatever order you choose. But you must take your full turn to go. So, actions and movement. Alright, on your turn, you gotta move first. So, there are 3 types of movement. Well, actually 4, because not moving, I guess, is an option. But a limited move is up to 3 meters, but also, in this case, 1 adjacent zone. No, wait, sorry. Limited move is not moving from your zone. So, limited move is like, I'm just here in this zone, doing my own thing. A normal move allows you to move to an adjacent zone, and a full move allows you to move to any zone, essentially. After you've moved or not moved, then you move on to your other stuff. So, major and minor actions. Minor actions are simple actions that don't require a skill check, and a character can perform any number of them at any point. Oh, wait, before we go any further, the person with Sage, give me a monster knowledge check.
Oh, I believe that's okay.
Well, that's me. Okay, so that would be
It should be-
2d6 plus my intelligence mod? Is there plus something else, plus my sage level, maybe?
Yes, plus intelligence, plus Sage. Alright, 12. Okay. I think I'm supposed to give you full access to their character sheet then. Let's see. Monster knowledge happens before initiative during the combat start sequence. Alright. The monster's reputation score. Oh, okay. So if you get a 6, you know about them. If you get an 11 or higher, you unlock their weakness. Nice. Oh, and then that actually prompts you to roll, I bet. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So yes, they are weak against magic. They take an extra 2 points of damage against magic. So I will check on that weakness for them. So you learn what the monster is. You can see the monster's data. Oh, this is, man. I wonder
The
if
monster sheet is still unidentified.
the what is?
When I open the monster sheet that you linked in the chat with the knowledge check, it still
Yeah.
says unidentified.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. Oh, reveal data. There's a little button for it. Okay. I'm gonna hit that.
Yes.
Wow, that's
There's
pretty
all the
cool.
info.
That's pretty cool. I was wondering how we unlock that. Okay.
Although the attacks are in Japanese.
Except for the one that says weapon.
So the Japanese at the top, that's it's like defenses essentially. It's just telling you like what their saving throws and shit are. And then the one below is special abilities. They don't have any. All right. Sweet. Okay. So you guys won the initiative. You aced the roll, so you know about them. And then now you can go in any order. Doing a move first, then a minor action, or any number of minor actions, and then major action.
In that case, I should probably go before our grappler,
Okay.
because I have an ability that lets someone else do extra physical damage for 1 round.
Ooh, okay.
So it has to be in order, right? So move first, then whatever else.
Correct.
Okay, in that case, I need to figure out how much range I have on that ability.
I think at level 1 tactician, it's literally like people right next to you. So they have to be in the same zone as you.
So if I move into the other zone, I can't use it on our Lycan.
I'm double checking. I thought you had to move before you did a major action.
It's apparently tied to your adventurer rank.
Yes, movement comes before major action.
But not before minor.
Correct, not before minor.
It's a minor action.
Okay, minor can happen in any order, it just can't interrupt something else.
Okay,
minor actions can happen during movement, but major actions cannot.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna use Surging Offense.
Okay, nice.
And tell our grappler to hit them really hard, as you do.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to move 1 section over. And give that kobold a smack. So... Battle... And just roll power, correct? Power
Actually, first you're gonna do accuracy.
Mm-hmm. That's a 6.
Okay, so that is against the creature's evasion. Let me double check here.
Hello?
Hey!
Here.
Ah, perfect timing. John Adventurer comes riding up on a steed.
Nice. All right, you'll
How are you guys doing?
be playing male human fighter. He arrives in the back lines.
Awesome.
All right, so you choose your target. You're doing a melee attack. You roll accuracy. You roll 2d plus accuracy standard value. For most weapon attacks, accuracy is based on the relevant warrior type class plus dexterity. Okay. So let's see.
Oh, wait, ignore that roll.
Huh?
In that case, my accuracy didn't include my level, I don't think.
Well, let's see. Accuracy is your 2d plus accuracy standard value. So on your sheet, under the battle section, it looks like you only have a +1 to accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a very low dexterity with the dwarf. All right, so you got a 6. And you are going up against the kobold has a 10 for its evasion.
So that's a miss.
Okay.
Evasive little pug. In that case, that's it from me, I think.
All right. Then play passes to whoever on your team wants to go next.
Lysar will go next. She's gonna run up, do like a jumping spinny kick. Can I attack adjacently, or does it have to be like straight on? Diagonally, excuse me.
Oh, there's no actual
Okay.
grids. Yeah, you're just living your life. Actually, I should probably just turn off the grid.
Yeah, for simple combat, it's just the zones.
Yeah, there's 3 levels of combat in this. There's zone based, there's grid based, and then I think there's just narrative based.
We're gonna do all kinds of athletic nonsense to try and do a flying kick into the kobold. We'll see if we hit.
All right.
We do not.
Okay. Let's see.
Unless their evasion goes down over time.
No, I'm just checking because when I imported the goblin, it accurately gave the goblin its accuracy, damage, and evasion, but the kobold did not get the full allotment of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what happened on the import, because it's not showing its defense or like anything. Let me see. Weird. Yeah, it doesn't even show him having little hit points or anything. Oh. Okay. Alright, then I will use the working goblin stats as needed. So I'll show you the goblin stat block also, just so that you guys can kind of get a sense of like, this is where I'm pulling the numbers from. Okay. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately that is not going to hit, with its evasion being 10. Okay. It's kind of hard to hit when you think about it. Like, I feel like this is very early Pathfinder with a lot of like missing and just hoping to land a hit sort of thing. But alright. Who wants to jump in next?
I would like to go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot at Thoughtful Kobold with an energy bolt, because they're weak to magic, and that's magic. What do I do to do that?
Alright, so
like that?
with your spell, let's see, Energy Bolt. Alright. Energy Bolt has a range of 2, 30 meters. So 30 meters would be used in grid base. 2 means you can affect up to 2 zones away.
2 zones away. Okay.
It does have the shot tag. So that means that you'll be firing into a skirmish. So you could randomly hit anyone there, including the chicken.
For that. I just have
But you have a thing for that called targeting.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It just posted the name targeting.
Well, if you click targeting, it'll open up and show the rest. But
yeah, I was trying to post like the ability to chat so that people could see it.
Well, I'm saying in chat, if we click on the word targeting, it'll accordion open to show the information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The master shots do not risk straying when making a ranged attack or performing an area shot spell or effect. This feat is a prerequisite. All right, so you do not have to worry about killing the chicken or shooting one of your friends in the back. So it's within range. You can isolate the target, and then you would go ahead and make the attack. So for casting a spell, every single time you cast a spell, you have to do a spellcasting check to see if you successfully cast a spell.
Perfect. So that's 2d6 plus my class level?
Let's see. Magic and techniques. Here we go. Rules for casting a spell. Blah blah blah. Spells area. Sustaining spells. Determining target. Check the area. Determining determination of affected characters, resisting spells. All right, many spells can be resisted if the targeted character does not want to be affected by them, and the effect can be negated or reduced. Here are the rules for resisting spells. We got to do casting the spell first. Hold on. All right. All right. Conditions in casting a spell: you can't move, which you're not going to do. All right, here we go. Magic power and spellcasting check. All characters that have mastered a wizard type class should pre-calculate their magic power. Magic power is determined using the following formula: wizard type class level plus intelligence modifier. So that would be 2 plus your intelligence modifier, so 6. Is your
I
magic?
just need to click on power.
I believe so. Your magic power? I believe so. As a rule, a spellcaster, or if a character does master multiple, blah, blah, as a rule, spellcaster check is performed when a character casts a spell. The standard value of this check is magic power. If an automatic failure occurs on spellcasting check, the spell has no effect. And in this case, the cost to use the spell, such as MP, still stands. The only time that the success value of a spell becomes important is when there is resistance to the spell. In many cases, the spellcasting check is made just to make sure there's no automatic failure. Interesting. So, like, all magic has a roughly 2.3% chance of 2.6, something like that, percent chance of failure. But what you're doing is setting the DC of it. So the DC that you rolled is an 8 for the spell. So then we go down to resisting the spell. Many magic spells can be resisted if the targeted creature does not want to be affected by them. And I believe Energy Bolt says it is resist for half, which is pretty great, because it doesn't seem like it requires any accuracy either. So you just like spend 5 magic points, fire this shit off, boom. All right. Each spell description has a resistance field, which determines the spell cannot be resisted unless the caster fails a spellcasting check with automatic failure. The spell always works half. Most spells that deal damage fall in this category. If such spells cause damage, it will be halved if the target succeeds in resisting. See resistance half in spell damage. Alright. Spell damage. Some spells can deal damage. This section describes the process. Use the power table. Most damage dealing spells use power table, which is already plugged into your spell. Just as when determining the damage of a magic attack, the appropriate row of the power table roll, blah, blah, blah. Determining damage to multiple target. Resistance half. Most spells that deal damage have resistance half, and damage can be halved by a successful willpower check. Okay, so Will Guy's going to make a willpower check since his character sheet's not working. I'm going to just use this goblin stand-in for him. Here we go. Alright, so he resisted. He's going to take half the damage, because you set the DC at 8 when you cast the spell.
Okay.
That's kind of neat. Like, how well you cast a spell in the moment determines, like, the DC of the spell.
That is fun.
Yeah, okay.
So the damage for this is 10 plus magic power. So it says my magic power is 6.
So you'll
that's
actually
16.
you'll actually roll the damage button, and it should do all that for you. It's a little fireball. It says power when you mouse over it. PWR. Alright, so that ends up being 7 damage total. Because it took the roll that you got, it looked at the table, and then it determined damage. And then he takes half of that. In this, I do believe when you take damage, it is rounded up.
It's +2 because of their magic weakness too, right?
Oh, you're right. That gets added at the end.
Oh, nice. So that doesn't get halved.
Yeah, so he takes 4 plus 2, so he's going to take 6 points of damage. Alright, he lets out a terrified, yowling scream as it takes damage from the energy bolt. He looks around, and he sees, maybe for the first time, that there are a lot of you. Alright, and that's your turn. Alright, Elven Priest or Male Human Fighter?
Non-fighter should go first.
Oh, me? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Or if you just want to hang out and watch to kind of learn how everybody's doing it, that's cool too.
No, so, I have a movement. How does movement work in this game?
So in combat, you have 3 movement options. One is staying put, the other is moving 1 zone, and then the third one is moving 2 or more zones. And you have to do your movement before you do your major action. So that you can't attack and move, it's move and then attack.
Alright, well, now I will move up 2 zones.
Okay. I think if you move up 2 zones... let's see. Alright, combat, 3 areas, winning initiative, basically certain type of movement. Alright, full move. Run with all your might. You can move from allied rearguard to the enemy rearguard area and vice versa in a single turn. However, this cannot be done if there are enemy characters in the frontline area. Only minor actions can be taken. Major actions cannot be taken, and you have a -4 penalties to evasion checks until the beginning of your next turn. Normal move, you move to an adjacent area. So in this case, it would be your turn to kind of run and catch up with everybody, get into that front line. All right,
Gotcha.
passes to Priest.
Alrighty. So we're not going to move. And we're going to cast a spell. It's called Banish. I think it affects 1 target because the summary says something different than what the range area says. We'll target the guy that Abbot Sorcerer did not hit, so Exhausted Kobold to be the target, and I will see if it worked or not. So the first thing... Do I do this?
Oh no. It is 1 area. So you choose one of the areas on the map within 2, and everyone on that space will get affected. So this is an
Okay.
AoE. Yeah.
I'm hoping the chicken won't get affected by this, but if it does, so be it. Alrighty. So
Well, we're not playing with any Barbaros PCs, and hopefully the chicken hasn't become Barbaros. So.
Alrighty. So I click on what first?
For your magic power, you're determining the magic power. So I think you just click magic power at the top of your spell list next to the word divine. It's Empower 5.
Yeah, I've got that. Oh,
Okay.
5. Okay. Got it? Nope, that's not it.
Oh, so that doesn't roll it? Oh no, it does. Okay.
What did you click on?
I clicked on the word MPWR:5. It's on your at the top of your spells in bold.
Got it.
Okay, so what do we use that one for?
That's to
'Cause I have
determine
that
how.
too.
Yeah, that's to determine how strong the spell is. It's just a shortcut.
Okay.
All right. So that is a 13. All right. So then this is a complicated spell. It says negatively affects undead and barbaros, impacts the soul of any soul-scarred creature. For each undead or barbarous in the area that fails to resist, you roll a 2d6 and consult the Banish Fear table below. All right. So we'll start with this first kobold. Again, I'm just going to roll off of this working monster sheet. Here we go. He fails. And then I'll roll for the second one. Also fails. So then you're going to roll a 2d6 for each of them, and we'll determine what happens to them.
First guy. He goes berserk.
Alright. The target panics and goes berserk. For 30 seconds, 3 rounds. It gets a +2 accuracy, but -2 evasion. If it has an intelligence score, it cannot use any actions that require reason or cast spells. Okay. Roll the 2d6 for the next one. 11. The target flees, or in the case of a skirmish, uses a retreat action. If it cannot flee, it cowers in fear, cannot take any actions for 10 seconds, 1 round, and automatically fails all action checks. After 1 round, it can act normally again. Okay. And then that ends all the PC actions. Alright, let's see. This kobold possessed now of a fierce fury, his eyes glowing red with hatred of the gods of light who abandoned them, is going to lash out at a random target. We've got chicken, lichen, dwarf, and human. All right, here we go. All right, human. He turns to face you. Your evasion is down by 4 because you ran to the front lines. This is all good practice and building and all that jazz. All right, he is going to attack you with his weapon attack, and it would have a +2 to the accuracy. So I think I can temporarily add that. Here we go. All right. 12. What is the significance? Oh, it's against your evasion. All right. So human, you need to roll a evasion, which would be located on the battle tab of your character sheet. So underneath your picture, hit points, mana, there's going to be a little bar graph, a little fist, and some binoculars. You're going to go to the fist. You're going to do evasion, but your evasion is going to be down by 4 because you ran forward. You are being attacked, so you will win. You're the passive party. You'll win on a tie, but you do have to essentially get a 12 or higher on 2d6 plus 1.
All right, so I'm at the little fist.
Yeah, a little fist, and then the green box that says Eva. You're gonna click that, but we're gonna have to subtract 4 from whatever you get. Also, the rolls are so simple in the system that if you guys are ever like, I can't find the shit that you're telling me to click on, you could always just do 2d6 in chat. Like,
unless it's weapon damage.
Unless it's weapon damage, then for the love of God, please use the automated rolls. Are you seeing it, Stone, or?
I see checks. I see fortitude, willpower, initiative, monster knowledge.
No. Have you? Did you
click
click on the little
class.
fist? So
the fist on the left.
Underneath your guy, there's a little fist. In between a bar graph and binoculars, you're gonna click on the little fist, all right, and then where it says EVA in green, you're gonna click that.
There is no EVA in green on my character.
What? The male human fighter that I have...
the bar had got scrolled low. Okay, sorry. There you go.
Oh yeah, it defaults to the bottom end for whatever reason.
Okay, so you are hit. We got there. All right. When he hits you, let's see. He does some damage. 8 points of damage. And I believe you can apply that, or I can apply that. I don't know what PD, MD, and FD. I think PD is physical damage. Oh, neat. Okay. And do you
damage, fortitude damage? So
I think it's magic damage, physical damage, and I forget what the F damage is, but it looks like in the end you only took 4 of the 8. I wonder if you have armor or something that reduces.
I have hard leather armor.
Ah, neat. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. That's the kobold's entire turn. The other kobold is going to try and flee, because it is magically altered to do so. So let's see. Fleeing combat. It's called retreating, right? Withdrawing. This is what it's called here. Uses retreat action. Alright. So if it's in a skirmish and it's trying to retreat, what happens to it? Alright, hold on. Preparing to leave a skirmish area. There we go. All right. Let's see. Retreating from a skirmish takes setup. You can't just walk away. Use a major action to prepare to withdraw, and while doing this, you have a -4 to your evasion. So they don't even get to fucking leave the zone. They are looking for a way out, essentially, and that is their turn. All right, the chicken is up. She is also going to look for a way out. She has -4 to her evasion as she prepares to escape. All right, play passes to the good guys. You guys can go in any order.
Well, I think I can do the opener again.
Do it.
No movement really necessary, I think.
Nope, you can just kind of hang out where you are.
So this time our John Fighter gets the surging offense. I don't think it costs anything because it says cost 0.
Correct. Yep. You just kind of shouting, and I think at your current level you can affect the area you're in and then one target. But if you level Tactician up, it gets like a wider area and you can affect more targets, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, if your adventure rank goes up.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, but in that case, I'm just going to go ahead and smack that kobold again. As you do. And no, I'm not.
Fine.
And I think that's my turn.
All right, fair enough. Goes quick. Who else is up? Who's up next?
Lysara will try and drop a heal on the kobold.
Oh, okay.
On the kobold?
Like a heel kick.
Yeah, like a heal kick.
Oh.
All right. The kobold
Nice.
is able to avoid the attack. All right. Play then passes to human fighter, elven priest, or tablet sorcerer.
Anybody keep that chicken from getting away?
Yeah, I'll try to keep the chicken from getting away, actually. I'm going to cast a nap on the chicken.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, so Nap is a level 2 true speech spell. The target falls into a light sleep but cannot move or perform any active actions. If a passive action check is requested, the target receives -4 penalty. A standing target will not fall prone. It sleeps while standing. The effect of this spell is automatically canceled when another creature touches the target. If it is a friendly character, it can be canceled with a minor action. Wow, that's awfully nice. Okay. And he falls asleep for 3 minutes. First edition. Good times. I think the sleep spell straight up put you out for like 10 minutes. It
was horrible. It was a killer.
Yeah, it was just a TPK. It was a level 1 a kobold sorcerer cast enemy spellcaster casts sleep on the party. He's just done. That's it. That's the campaign, guys. Pack it up. All right. So then they get to do a resistance check. Ooh. All right. You better try your best. This chicken gonna be resisting the hell out of this. So give me a magic power. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, chicken.
Unless the chicken gets boxcars, there's no way that it can resist this. Here we go. Since it has a -2 to the 2d12 or the 2d6. Nope. All right, the chicken falls asleep. All right, let's see. Do I have any status effects built in this world? Let's see. Unconscious. There we go.
Oh, I did need to move one space before I did that.
Oh no! If you needed to move, then you wouldn't have been able to cast it yet. Because you can't cast any spells and move
Okay,
in
yeah,
the same
I just
turn.
checked, and the range for nap is only one.
No.
Is only
All right. Well, hey, we got to practice with it. Give yourself back your 5 points. I'll unnap this chicken.
No spell casting if you can move.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's rough.
But all the spells are like really strong. So like it very much is like get some frontline people up there to keep the spellcasters safe, so the spellcasters can do the shit that they need to do.
It's very anime.
It's very anime, yeah. Or I should say, anime is very Sword World when you think about it, because this has been around since what, the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
I definitely want to try the full combat at some point because the skirmish rules seem really fun.
Oh yeah, the grid-based stuff is it's what we're used to, you know what I mean? So like I definitely want to level up to that eventually. A lot of people recommend though that you just do this combat for most of an adventure and you just save the skirmish stuff for like the boss fights.
Huh. Okay.
Because this does kind of move quicker, believe it or not, like once you get the hang of it. Because it is very much like input command, little guy swing sword, next person inputs command, little guy swing sword, just like a video game. And then the tactical grid-based stuff can kind of like slow things down as you're like, you know, the minutia of it, of like, ooh, maybe I should move here, maybe I should move there, get a position here. So that's been the recommendation I've seen is, and then the third type of combat, which is narrative, would just be like, you know, oh, you guys are high level, there's like 100 skeletons swarming out of the Lich's, you know, front gate. Tell me how you whoop their ass is basically like narrative combat. And then people just tell you how cool they are. And that's narrative combat. So it's like a combination of the three to kind of set the pace of the storytelling, which I think is pretty cool. But also, you definitely want tactical grid-based combat for the bigger boss monsters, because monsters having different parts is core to the monster design for boss monsters. So that's actually baked into the rules of like, this monster has like 5 parts that can be targeted and they all do different things and that kind of thing. Okay. So Tabit, you just gonna move forward with your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, fair
I
enough.
don't think I have any minor actions.
Okay. Elven Priest, to you.
I can't stop the chicken.
Well, remember, this is all abstract anyways, so the chicken is probably just gonna flee towards you guys.
True.
Yeah.
Well, let's clean up a little bit. So I can move and use a weapon if I need to.
You can move and use a weapon, yes.
Okay, I'll move up to the next space ahead, and
Okay.
we'll target the berserk guy.
Alright, so you release your holy symbol, minor action. You pull out your bow and an arrow and notch the arrow, minor action. You step forward, and then you go take the shot.
Okay, and first one is accuracy, right?
Yes.
Let's see if that works.
Ooh, that's gonna be an 8. I mean, I'm definitely not a fan of like the PF1 we're missing each other for 10 rounds gameplay design, so it is kind of a bummer that that's showing up here. I could start randomly rolling their evasion if that might increase our odds of you guys hitting, but if we use static evasion on enemies, you guys are aiming for 10s. So that's not gonna hit. The arrow flies.
It is.
All right. Play passes to. Is that all of you? You all gone?
I have a gun.
Okay. Human fighter, you do have a +1 to damage from Bossy Dwarf.
Okay. Now, do I roll accuracy first for hitting,
Yep.
or
You
just
do
power?
accuracy to try to hit, and then if you hit, you do power, and then that's mitigated by whatever armor they have and all that good stuff. 9. Ooh, just shy of the mark. Just shy of the mark.
Wait.
What do you got?
I got a Sword's Grace.
Okay, so that would flip the 1 to a 6, and the 5 would flip to be
To a 2.
to a 2. Okay, yes, that would bring it to a total of 8 plus
3.
Okay. Yeah, so that would still be an 11.
11.
Yeah.
I thought we needed a 10
Oh,
to
yeah. All right. So you're gonna use your daily to flip the dice, and then it's gonna hit. All right, give me the damage. And then on your sheet, to show that you've used it, there's a little toggle in the top right of your character sheet by your adventurer level. It looks like the top of a queen chess piece. Yeah, and that'll show that you used up the ability. All right, so 7, and then there was an extra 1 point of damage added on at the end. And then let's see. This kobold is gonna take that physical damage. And then he's going to take another 1 damage on top of that, and that will be enough. He's dead.
Slash.
Okay. I should have picked something less cute, I think, for our starter monsters, but okay. Then this kobold, he was magically compelled to flee. But now he's serious about it. All right, so he did the thing where he prepared to withdraw. All right, after preparing to leave the skirmish area, they suffer a -4 penalty to evasion checks. However, if the number of friendly characters in the skirmish area exceeds twice the number of enemies in the skirmish area, you can withdraw immediately. That's certainly not the case. All right, then yeah, he's gonna go for it. He is going to flee deeper into the caverns, which you guys could pursue and then catch him into combat, or you could take stock of your situation, try to deal with the fleeing chicken. I'll let you guys decide what to do. If on your turn you decide to pursue, you'll be at evade -4 as you flee off map and into the cave after the creature.
I would just like to put the chicken to sleep so that it doesn't escape as it's running.
Okay.
Yeah, let's deal with the chicken.
All right, we'll use the previous rolls from before, and you put the chicken to sleep.
I also couldn't figure out how to give myself mana back, so that all works out.
So the little blue numbers. Oh, you have edit on your character sheet. So
do it. Okay.
Yeah. Once we turn that off, you should be able to actually edit your stats. Yeah. All right. Let's see. There you go. All right. And then that was a combat. Okay. Okay.
Actually, I do really like the 4-zone thing. I think that's very interesting. And like you said, where if it's like not a momentous combat, being able to use that instead of the full grid, I think that's a fun idea.
So this guy will be dead. And then this kobold will have fled deeper in. Okay.
I've heard that other barbarians eat these sometimes.
The chicken continues to snooze for 3 minutes.
Alright, we need to surround this chicken so it can't escape once it wakes up.
Oh, here's another fun thing about Sword World to encourage murder hobo behavior. Every enemy is a loot pinata, just like a video game. So with this kobold, they always have a crude weapon worth 10 gamel. We don't have a party actor, so I guess I'll just do. Everybody has access to everybody's sheet, though. I'm gonna throw everything on the dwarf because she's sturdy. There we go. So let's see.
That's racist, and I love it.
All right, crude weapon.
I am going to shove the chicken in my backpack.
Oh yeah, we have no way to transport those.
So let's see. I don't know the significance of a weapon being crude, but I'm gonna throw a spear into your inventory, which it immediately was like you're gonna use it, right? Let me see.
That's something I wanted to ask. I have a bastard sword that's 2-hand weapon or 1-hand weapon style. And I also have a buckler.
Because you use I don't believe a buckler, like in other games, I don't think a buckler lets you have a hand free to do a two-handed sword. I think that you would have to drop the buckler or unequip the buckler to switch to two-handed mode. But you could do it. It just lowers your evasion by 1. In this system, I think buckler is just like shield for baby, and you have to have like actual training to use any shields that are better than buckler. I think. I don't 100% know. I know that like a lot of like equipment is locked behind higher level skills and feats. All right, let's see. I'm trying to make this crude spear only worth 10. There we go. Crude spear worth 10 gamel. Neat. All right, and then you get to roll 2d6 and see if he has any loot on him.
Oh yeah.
And I do think that when the monster sheets are set up correctly, the loot is like a clickable button. Oh wait, here it is. Is it working? Loot check. Oh, you have to select the token to do it? Oh, rad. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, you have to loot enemies individually, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Okay, so what'd you get? A 3, I got a 4, same thing. He has nothing else on him. He apparently 10 or higher. They got a bag of silver worth 30 gamel on them.
What?
Yeah. So I think that's kind of neat. Little slot machine mechanic on the monsters. All right.
That's cool.
Okay. So the chicken now secured. The chicken meter goes up, I guess. You have one.
It's 1/14 complete.
1 out of 14 chickens.
Huzzah.
All right. You hear some yip yap and yarks coming from inside as the fleeing kobold explains to the others the predicament that they're in. The fucking predicament they're in.
We should probably like move on, so like that way the kobold gets blamed for this kobold being dead because we won't be here when they come out.
I mean, if these guys were finding a chicken, I'm thinking they might just have gotten all the others too.
But did we find any of like the granola?
It got eaten by birds.
But like, did we find the granola on the kobold?
I mean, you guys did a thorough search of the kobold, but if you'd like to roll a notice check to see if you notice anything special about the kobold.
Do I need special things to be able to add stuff to that?
I think notice everyone should just be able to do that. I think that's a normal part of being alive.
Okay, so I can add my intelligence.
Factor in or just intelligence?
Let's see. Ranger
Ranger
can add their level as long as you're outside, which you are. Let's see. All right. Tab at sorcerer. You give him a sniff, and he do smell like cardamom and other delicious spices. Some of his fur, the parts that aren't matted with his own blood, are sticky with honey. Like in Grappler and Female Dwarven Fighter, you get the same vibes. This guy definitely makes granola.
This is a granola if I've ever seen one.
Well, guess we know who breeded those chickens.
I guess we're going underground.
Let's deal with the rest of them. I'm gonna do my frontliner job and start heading in. Since we rolled so high on the monster knowledge check, do we know if these kobolds are like D&D kobolds with the traps and whatnot?
They are not as trap savvy as the current Age of Magic kobolds. They definitely don't. They definitely know how to make traps. And they are clever. But that's not their like cultural standard. Their cultural standard is being taken advantage of and abused by other monsters and being good at cooking.
Also, for some reason, I'm still seeing the kobold on the map
Oh, really?
that you're moving around.
Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's because since you have knowledge
sheep,
of it.
yeah.
Oh, maybe it's because you have it targeted.
I'm gonna cast light.
Here, I'm gonna delete him. I'll put out a fresh one. Oh, neat. All right.
I see the fresh one too, puzzled kobold.
Weird.
And the one you just put beside him.
Oh, okay. So here's the problem. It makes you observers to see their character sheet. That's how they handle that. But once you're an observer of something, you could see it on the map. But I think that like most Sword World groups just play Theater of the Mind, fucking everything. So that's an interesting conundrum. How do we get the stats to the players without them being able to see the monsters on the map? I'll have to add that to my things that need to be checked up on. All right.
I can cast light on objects. I'm going to cast it on the dwarf's weapon and the human fighter's weapon. I think I can do 3 things. So then I'll do the third one on like the priest's whatever is magical implemented.
But a sorcerer, did you know that elves can see in the dark?
Yeah, well, I can't, and I stand next to you.
I can too, actually. Although it doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, so dark vision in this again with them doing mostly Theater of the Mind. I don't know if there's any support for that. So give me just a second.
I mean, there's the native one in the token settings. Let me mess around with that. Nope, doesn't work.
All right, let me see what I could do. Going in here, vision range, basic vision, dark vision, toggle on for elf, and then go in here, vision, basic vision, dark vision. All right. Are you guys able to see or no? Did it change anything?
No.
Not really.
No.
Huh.
I
Okay.
could for a moment, but then it turned off again.
Let me see. Hover by anybody, appearance, vision. Oh, maybe I have to check this button.
I think you might need to add a vision range.
Oh, for
Not
the dark
just the
vision?
mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. Vision range. Here we go. All right, do 60 feet. Hey!
Now it's working.
God, we've gotten so spoiled in Pathfinder 2E. God damn.
I made everything work so easy.
I forgot how to do anything for myself. Like, all right.
Okay.
So let's.
I am seeing a bold.
All right. Basic vision. Go. All right. Cool. Lycan can't see in the dark. Human can't see in the dark. Tabit can't see in the dark. But Tabit is casting light. All right. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so now you're the only light in the darkness. Okay. So once the magical light goes on, the kobolds begin to yip and yark in terror. There are intruders. It is time. Time for them to call upon their greatest weapon. The guardian of their people.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can I just put Tabias on top of my shoulders?
Yes.
All right. Tabias uppies.
Alright, let's see. As you approach, you do see that there are a number of kobolds, including a few that are armed, bow and arrow.
Oh my god, why are they so cute?
Because we're supposed to feel bad about what we're doing.
I am.
The solution was friendship. We should have talked to him, but no, we had to murder Hobo.
No, I mean that would have been
This is
bad on my part
World,
because
not Talk World.
it's not Talk World. Fantastic. No, it occurred to me that we we do need to be able to fight and kill things to practice. So I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been this cute. Hopefully they still attack them. Let's see. Okay, get rid of these. Go, throw these in the back. And then throw these out. Okay, and then... Alright. Excellent. And go here. Alright, beautiful. Okay, as you approach, the kobolds cry out, and they say, yip yark, yark yip, yip yip yark. How do you reply?
There you go. That's kobolds play.
You are bold. Well, since we've apparently decided on collective murder, probably with a brandished axe and a battle cry.
Okay, as you do, the leader of the kobolds, their powerful shaman, she cries out in the common tongue,
Adventurers, you'll be the first to meet your doom. We found the ancient magic, and we used it to create a powerful guardian. Soon, this guardian will be used upon the human town, and we will take it for ourselves. No longer will we live in a cave. We will live in a human house. Maybe more than one human house. And we'll have all the humans' food.
and then they begin to laugh maniacally as y'all roll into initiative.
I don't think they understand supply chains.
You do hear some angry clucks. Apparently, three of the chickens have decided that the granola is so good here, they'll fight to keep it.
Oh no. So much for that egg bonus.
All right.
We don't have to kill the chickens.
But I mean, we don't have to. But if they fight, I mean, maybe it's necessity.
Maybe you can grapple them into
I'll
submission.
just put them to sleep.
There we go.
All right, I'll take you guys back to the arena, and everybody should roll initiative. You're trying to beat, what's the highest initiative that these guys have to offer? Once again, when I pull them into the world,
That's the wrong.
they get all weird. Okay. Oh. Alright. So that one's fine. Okay, yeah. The kobolds have initiative of 10. Don't know why it's not displaying on their sheets. I have to go into like details to find it. There we go. Alright. So the best that they have to offer amongst all three enemy types is an... Oh, sorry. The aggro chickens have an 11. But it looks like you guys got a 13, so you win the initiative. Alright, you may place yourselves on the map. Good guys can go Back line or front line on the left-hand side?
I technically hit the wrong button, but it was an 11 with the other one, and I think initiative ties go to players, right?
I think so. Let's see.
Ties on this roll favor the player's faction. Yep.
All right, because normally the passive checks are whoever the passive party is wins on a tie. This is one of the only exceptions. So, all right, sweet. All right, that's how you guys are laid out. Tabit Sorcerer in the front line. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta try to put those damn chickens to sleep.
All right, let's see. Then
That's
they will
fair.
put their spell, the ranged attackers in the back. Okay.
I like how the shaman is in all caps. He needs to let us know.
All right, boy. This is looking pretty rough, guys. I don't know.
Freeman the Shaman.
All right, do we want actual boss fight music? I've been just kind of having chill vibes in the background so we could focus, but maybe we'll.
Let's boss it up.
All
You
right.
guys want me to drop a fear on the front line so you guys can get
Do
in the
it.
cookie jar? Or do you
Do
guys
it.
want me to put it on the pack? Put it on the pack?
Ooh.
What does fear do?
It's the banish spell. It affects barbarous creatures, which is
Oh.
what these things are. They'll either go berserk, run away, or have negatives to their stats.
But when they go berserk, that does lower their evasion, so that's good. And I did actually look up like the kobold's stats. Since it's not displaying properly in the sheet, I went and like looked it up in the instruction manuals or whatever. Their evasion is listed as an 8, not a 10. So it should go. Hopefully, you should be able to hit these guys a little bit easier than before. Now, the ones with the bows, it's an even lower one. Oh, I guess you could roll Monster Knowledge there, Tabit Sorcerer. You already know about the kobolds, but you could learn about the marksmen and the chickens if you wanted to.
And the shaman.
Oh, yes, yeah, and the shaman. All right, Tabit Sorcerer with a 12. You understand that the shaman, she's not really a shaman at all. She's just a kobold marksman pretending to be a shaman. So, but they are Yumas, kobold Yumas who have the Artificer class and can attack at long range with their dexterity. On the other hand, they are extremely bad at hand-to-hand combat, so once they get caught up in melee, they can be easily defeated, even by a newbie adventurer. That is the official description. As a barbarous gunslinger, they are often slaves of androscorpions. Oh man. You don't want that. You don't want to deal with androscorpions at level 2. Okay. Let's see. They have the same weakness as the others, so I will toggle the weakness on. And yeah. They have dark vision, low intelligence, all that good stuff. All right, give me a check for the chickens. These chickens have a reputation of 5/10.
So this is separate.
You got to roll for each one.
Oh, even better.
All right, you know everything about these chickens. These chickens have been driven, driven to darkness by the dark granola they have been eating, provided by the barbarous kobolds. It has unlocked something primitive, primal, even dinosaur-like inside their hearts. They are addicted to this granola, and they are not going back to Farmer Jane. Not over there, dead bodies. As such, these creatures now have a peck attack that is pretty strong. It's pretty strong. You would say that they're like on par with wolves. That's how hopped up,
Damn.
how hopped up
What?
they are.
What's in that granola?
Let's see. They have a average evasion of 9. Wow.
I've heard of this. They reverted to their feral kutku form.
Okay. So, weakness. They are weak to physical damage. You point out to everyone that you could hit them and they will take damage. That's why you're the sage. That's why you're the sage. Their weak point is their bodies.
If you hit them in the face, give them a press.
Wow. All right. With that sorted, and initiative rolled, heroes, you're up first. Do it for Guildmarm. Do it for Guildmarm. Do it for yourself.
Right,
Do it for yourselves. Do it for yourselves.
I would like to try to put aggro chicken to sleep.
All right.
Well, okay. Before I do that, does it look like the kobolds consider the chickens allies?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like they'll just wake them right up then.
That is true. As a free action, no less. They can just gently nudge the chickens back awake. You'd have to catch somebody out with it.
I'll let somebody else go first then.
Okay.
I'll drop a banish on the front line for them.
All right.
Do it.
Alrighty. So we get magic power first.
Oh wow, that's gonna be hard to resist. Okay, that's a 12. All right. Let's see. Spell power against which one are you doing? The back row or the front row?
Front row.
Front row. Okay. All right. Let's see. Everybody's got to do magic defense. All right. So that didn't do it. Next kobold didn't do it. Next kobold didn't do it. Damn, bro.
Oh,
All
poor guys.
All right, and then the chickmans.
I don't know if they're affected.
They have partaken of the barbarous granola.
Oh, poor chickens.
God did not approve of that granola. Let's see. I think since they're not bosses, they all just have flat like checks. So yeah, they all fail, all 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Top to bottom.
All right, so let's see. Let me bring up the table. Is everything black and white for you now, Elven Priest?
Yes.
How did that happen?
For
Let
me,
see.
it's oversaturated.
All right. The
I think the
oversaturation.
light effects are still on.
Yeah, it's because I had these like, I thought I would put these cool misty like fog effects or whatever, but they're coming through a little heavy. So.
Oh
I
yeah.
think there's somebody had a torch on him.
Oh
Like, the light
yeah,
effect.
magical light. That's part of what's doing it. The magical light effect is pretty rough. Let's see.
That's fine.
Okay. Yep, there it is. It's the Tabit. Tabit's blowing everybody up with the light. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was bringing up the table. Here we go. Banish. Alright. Target goes... Okay, so 8. The target is consumed by fear, slowing its movement. For 3 minutes, it has a -1 penalty to accuracy, evasion, and spellcasting checks. Damn. Alright, next. 5. Yep, same thing. 9, same thing. 8, same thing. 10, please. Alright, and then 6, same thing. Alright, so this one is fleeing. So I'll put frightened. And then these guys are all slowed. So let's see. Do I have anything that could represent slowed? I'll just give them all this this blue dot. There we go. All right. Okay. Who's up next?
I think I'm gonna go and see about giving one of us the bonus again. So, John Fighter, Surging Offense. You get damage if you actually hit something, and then I shall move and see if I can actually hit something. I'm gonna attack
you move into the zone, initiating a skirmish.
Yes. Accuracy. That's the no.
We established that the kobolds are at an 8, the marksmen are at a 7 for evasion. All right.
In that case.
But what happened? Oh wait, you're right, because they have that debuff, and that says their evasion goes down by 1, so that is going to hit. Nice.
Huzzah! Actual damage.
Huzzah!
In that case, let us see what this axe can do for 11.
11 points of damage. Oh my god. All right. Let's see. Okay, go here. Do that. Why is it giving me the option to select every single thing on the field? That's wild. Okay. All right. He takes 10, absorbing 1. He is past bloodied. All right. They let out a panic yip yowl as play passes to the next person on the good guys team.
John Fighterton, do you want to take it?
Sure. Well, we'll have one. Initiating the skirmish, I guess.
All right.
Right? Is that how it works?
Well, a zone becomes a skirmish when there's minis from two or more sides in the same area. So you enter an already established skirmish, yeah.
Okay. I'll target Calm Kobold up top.
And are you the one that the bossy dwarf gave instructions to? Or is that the Lycan?
Yep, you've got the +1, bud.
Okay, you got +1 to damage. You got +1 to damage. All right, so you're trying to hit a debuffed evasion of 7. So go ahead and give me that accuracy roll.
What's not rolling?
Did you toggle on to edit your sheet?
I don't.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go. No?
Yeah, your sheet was set to edit mode. While it's in edit mode, it can't do anything. So close your sheet and then reopen it now that you turned off the edit mode.
All right.
All right.
And it's off when the thing is gray, right?
You don't have a weapon selected, so...
Oh, what the heck?
So where it says select attack weapon, you're just going to select Bastard Sword. There you go.
Okay. I don't know what the heck was going on. All right, thank you.
All right, that was for accuracy. Actually, that's going to hit. Give me some damage. And don't worry about the +1. It gets added after you do your damage. Oh shit! You got a critical hit. So when you get a critical hit, it lets you roll more. And effectively, as long as you keep getting crits, you could get infinite damage. So you come in at 13 plus another 1 would be 14 points of damage. He absorbs 1 point. That is enough to kill him in 1 hit. I should mention,
stab right through the heart.
The rules for non-lethal combat. All you do is say, I knock them out. Like there's no like special rules or anything. So if you did want, if you look at these guys and you think they're too cute, I gotta spare them. That's fine. I'm just letting you know there are no mechanics in place that make it more or less difficult to do that. In the world of Sword World, obviously murder is the best way to deal with your problems, but that is an option.
In my mind, this is what the pugs are what they look like in real life, but in my mind, all I see is the ugly Chihuahua thing.
I got you. All right. Let's see. Play passes to. Who's next?
Let me at him.
All right. Lycan Grappler moves into the skirmish.
All right. I'm going to try and go for Exhausted Kobold. And miss.
Ooh, that is not going to hit. All right. Now you have an ability called Chain Attack. So you actually get to attack twice in a round. Where is that ability? There we go. Chain Attack. When the user makes a melee attack with a wrestling weapon with stance one-handed, they can make an additional melee attack on the same target with a wrestling weapon with stance one-handed. The weapon used for the initial attack may be different from the weapon used for the additional attack. Only one chain attack is allowed when two attacks are made with dual wielding. The chain attack may occur with either attack. So with dual wielding, you do 3 attacks per round. This additional attack does not incur the -2 penalty to the accuracy check. Okay. So yeah, you may
Where
make
was that? I missed that on the sheet.
it was under feats. It was under feats. Which is it features, it's like 2 hands holding a ball, I think. Some shit like that. That's also where your beast form is. The Lycan head takes the form of a beast, and all the muscles in her body are strengthened. Turning into or changing back from beast form takes a major action. When in beast form, the strength modifier is increased by +2. At the same time, no languages other than Lycan can be spoken, nor can any true speech magic, spiritualism magic, or magitech spells be used, etc., etc.
Well, that'll be next turn.
That's also how you get access to your dark vision. Okay. All right, so you move up. You go to swing on it with first attack, miss. So then you would toggle to your other weapon and make an attack with that one.
Oh, this is way more likely to hit.
All right, so 8 is going to hit. All right, give me some damage. All right, gonna take 5 damage. -1 will be 4 damage. Why did it? Yeah, to Exhausted Kobold. Nice. Okay. All right, and that is your turn. That brings us to Tabit Sorcerer.
Hell yeah. I think I'm going to target Fearful Kobold and try to hit him with an energy bolt. So here's the strength.
Oh my god. Alright, let's see. They will try to resist it. They do not. They're going to take full damage. Alright, 5 points of damage plus their magical weakness. They are dead. Fried by magic.
That's what you get!
And that's you guys, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. Play passes to the kobolds. They understand that they've worked too hard for this. The human houses full of human food will be theirs. They're not going to go down without a fight. This kobold right here, that just got hit by the Lycan Grappler, will try to hit the Lycan Grappler. Alright. Go. Weapon. Okay, go ahead and give me an evade against a 9. Holy shit! Alright. That is not going to hit you. Alright, aggro chicken is going to rush up and attack human fighter. Here we go. Accuracy 9. Give me an evade. Alright. You evade the attack as the chicken rushes up to attack you. Dwarf. Female dwarven fighter. Chicken's gonna rush up on you. Here we go.
Isn't it the one that's fleeing?
Oh shit, you're right. That's the one that's fleeing. My bad. It'll be this chicken from the back line that moves up. There you go. This chicken is going to have a -4 to its evasion as it tries to contemplate fleeing. But that's all it could do because it's in a skirmish. Alright, so 12 does not hit. And then we switch to the back line. Alright, so these marksmans, they're going to fire in. Let's see. Let me double check. Stray shots cannot occur. They have targeting. That makes sense. That's their whole spiel. Okay. All right. So let's see. They will target. Everybody's really strong. I guess it doesn't really matter. They're gonna do focus fire then on the human. There we go. First attack. Give me an evasion, human.
Nope.
Alright, that's gonna succeed. The next one's going to fire at you.
Yeah, buckler.
Alright, and then let's see. Here we go. Ooh. Alright, so the quote-unquote shaman gets through with the attack. Here comes some damage for you. You're looking at 7 points of damage. So if you apply it, it will
That's
take
magic damage, right?
No, she's not a real magic user. Pretending. Alright, your armor soaks 4 of the 7 damage. Alright. At this point, from off screen, deeper in, you hear a mighty bacaw. Bacaw. As something larger than the average chicken is entering the arena.
I think we know what happened to the rooster.
Oh. The roostest. By the way, I'm fairly sure the accuracy value for the melees is wrong.
What do you mean? Like it's rolling too low, or it's rolling too high? Or?
No, it should be Dex plus warrior type class level. So 2 extra for all of us, because I think we're all just rolling with the Dex value.
Oh, okay. That would explain that. Oh, on your
because
your combat
evasion
tab,
seems way higher.
No. Let's see. Grappler is 3. Human has 3. And then let's see. 1.
I've only got the 1, and the human has 3 Dex, so he should be at 5.
Okay.
I was confused because evasion seems way higher than accuracy, which seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Alright, accuracy equals warrior type class level plus dexterity modifier plus weapon accuracy modifier. So when you attack, I wonder why the sheet is not calculating that in.
Do we now have certain things toggled on that should be toggled on, like on the sheet?
I mean,
it should be part of the second drop down, but it's just not working for some reason.
Let's see. That would explain all the missing in the initial round. Or initial combat. How do we make it? There's an area below for accuracy mod. So I'm
you can just put that in there, I guess.
Yeah. So. Alright, Grappler Major, if we turn it off, nothing drops. So yeah, it's not adding the accuracy there. So... Alright, what class you use affects your accuracy. A level 2 fighter has a +3 dexterity and a bastard sword with 0 accuracy. They should have an accuracy of 5 total. 2 for fighter and 3 for dex mod. Huh. Okay. So
it's just not putting in the class, because it just says I have an accuracy.
Yeah, so just go ahead and put 2, and then that should boost everybody to where they need to be. Alright.
Yeah, should work for the moment, but
good catch, Orange.
broken.
Well, I mean, I think these mods are here for a reason. I just don't know how they auto-feed, or if we're just supposed to be plugging it in ourselves, you know?
Yeah, fair.
It's tricky about, like, what's... Again, like, there's not enough people using this for me to be like, hey, like, how does this work? I'm just kind of, like... Some things plug in on their own, some things don't. It's very strange. I guess as long as at the end of the day we get the math right, we're good, but... Alright.
Yeah.
So let's see... Where are we at? Oh, yeah. This guy comes in, joins the initiative. You can see that this creature has scales, and it looks like the tail of a lizard? Question mark? Could be anything. Sage, you may try a monster knowledge check since this creature has entered the field.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. Alright, with that check, you're not sure what you're looking at here.
This one's weird, guys.
We can see that.
If you hit him, it'll hurt. Maybe. I don't know for sure.
Alright, let's see. Play in round 2 begins with the heroes. Who's going first?
How does leaving combat work?
Like
so, going to move into the back line.
In order to approach the enemy's back line, I want to say that you have to clear all enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, like
you can't move beyond the zone that has an enemy in it.
As long as there's a opposition here, you cannot move to here.
Gotcha.
Which is basically tanking mechanics simplified for zones.
Gotcha. Alright, then we will try to knock out this chicken.
Okay. Alright, 10 is gonna hit the accuracy value you need. Oh my god, another critical hit. Let's see. The chicken takes 13 points of damage. It is knocked out.
Turn the sword to the side and whacked it like a baseball. So it just gets out of the way.
And that was the damage without adding the +2 physical damage, because it turns out if you hit them in their body, take extra damage.
Also, one more thing I noticed. The effects rules say they last until, like, if it says a round, it's until that character has the next turn.
Correct.
So you should still be getting the bonus from my thing from last round.
Correct, and you can exploit that specifically by you going like early in the first round and then late in the second round, similar to how we used to do Popcorn Initiative exploits. To make the duration last longer. Absolutely. So that would have been 3 more damage. So the chicken is definitely going to be unconscious for a while.
Huzzah.
All right. And that is Human Fighter's turn.
And I think I'll go next and try to knock out the other chicken, or do you want me to deal with the kobold first? I'll do the kobold first. Smackdown.
All right, that accuracy is going to hit.
So, for 11. At least consistent.
All right, kobold takes 10, and that knocks him out.
Huzzah. And then I will use my... Oh yeah, he's dead. That's fine. And then surging offense for our Lycan.
Alright. I guess I'll just stay put for now.
Do you want me to go and try to get rid of the chicken so you can move forward?
Well, I was gonna go into beast form, so I mean.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't have like an alt token for it, but yeah, you would just like you know, you just have a wolf out, like werewolf transformation sequence kind of deal. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Now, does that automatically use my strength? Nope.
No, nothing is tracked automatically, so you would just have to, in the little thing underneath strength, there should be a spot on your stats where you could just fill in modifier. You would just
you
would just add a modifier to strength for now. All right, cool. All right, next up is Tabit or Priest.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't like knock things out with magic, so I'm gonna target the vindictive.
It doesn't say that you can't. It's just like if the GM says you could knock something out, you could knock something out essentially. So that, I mean, it's fine with me.
I'm gonna start hitting at the cockamite.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna do an energy bolt at him.
Ooh, okay, 13. All right, Cockamite's gonna try and do a resist. 13. All right, so it takes half damage. All right, it takes 8 points of damage. And it does seem to take the full damage.
Good to know, but not extra like the.
Yeah, but maybe if you had gotten a critical success, like a tier 2 monster knowledge check, you always need a tier 2 monster knowledge to unlock their weakness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there a way to reattempt a monster knowledge check, or is it like the one and done?
Ooh, that's a great question. Can a sage attempt additional monster knowledge checks if they fail the first one?
Is it fail or just do poorly?
Well, I mean, it's very clear, like, values. Like, if you hit this, you know the basics about the monster. If you hit this, no, not during the same combat, same encounter. Yeah. Core Rulebook 2 clarifies that instant skill checks cannot be retried unless a special feat or item says otherwise.
Oh, interesting.
The primer says, for its teaching scenario, after a failed skill check, a different PC may be able to try, but the same person may not try the same skill check again unless the GM feels it's necessary for the game to proceed. Oh. Okay. Okay, well, that's good to know. But if you fought the same enemy a second time, you could attempt again. So like every fresh combat with an enemy, you could try until you succeed. I almost wish there was like a bestiary app or mod for this, like we have for PF2E. Like that would be the perfect system.
I was going to say, if you're playing like a full campaign, do you just keep the knowledge for every monster you have ever made that check on?
Yep. You would have like a little book of monster knowledge.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Which
cool.
would definitely reward a campaign that has repeated enemies, you know? Okay. You're up, Elven Priest.
Alrighty. We're going to move up space. And then we're going to target this chicken. And I'm going to try to non-lethally take it out with my bow.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Just wing it. Just in swing.
Or I'll just miss real bad.
Oof.
That's it.
Alright.
Quick, put a boxing glove over top of the arrow, then shoot.
Play passes
Wait.
to the enemies.
It's just a LARP arrow.
Alright. Let's see. This chicken masters its fear. It doesn't have to run away now. It thought about it, but it ain't no chicken. And it's gonna turn. Sorry. It's gonna turn around, and it's gonna rush up and attack the dwarf because the dwarf doesn't have a wolf head, so that's definitely less scary. All right, dwarf, if you could go ahead and give me a target 9 evasion. We have dwarf? Female dwarf fighter? Orange? There? No? Did they go AFK?
I don't know, they're still in chat.
Weird, I can't hear them. Are they muted? No? Alright.
Orange, did you accidentally mute yourself?
Alright, we'll come back to this situation with the chickens. Alright.
Oh, sorry, back now.
Oh, okay. Give me
I was away for a second.
Oh, no worries. Give me some evasion rolls. You got 2 chickens on you.
1.
Ooh, alright, that first one's gonna hit. The second one's not. Alright, the first one is gonna peck you for looks like 7.
Damn. Which of those buttons is to take the damage?
It would be physical damage, so PD on the left. Oh my god, you absorb so much damage. What the fuck?
Well, I have armor.
You actually have metal armor. You took a feat to be able to use metal armor. Alright, then let's see. The fighter doesn't have anybody on him right now. All 3 of the marksmen are going to shoot at the human fighter. Alright, human fighter, give me 3 evasion rolls. DC 9, or target number 9. Alright, success. 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 Man, that shield. Nice shield, bro.
Buckler's nice. That +1.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Alright. Okay. Then, the cockamite. It paws at the earth with its massive talons. And it rushes forward. This chicken is at least 4 feet tall. Gonna target.
It's up to my waist!
Like in
It's as tall as
Grappler,
me.
it's coming in and it's gonna attack. It has continuous attack. If this monster successfully hits a target in melee, it may attempt a second attack. It can make a third attack against the same target if the second attack hits. So, that's what it's gonna do. Alright, so as it rushes in, it's gonna start with a claw attack. Go ahead and... let me see. What am I doing here? Accuracy, damage, evasion. Okay. Got it. Alright. It's pretty wild. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Go ahead and give me an evasion 13. Oh! Alright, that's gonna hit. Here we go. It hits for 12 damage.
Okay, let me just do hit PD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take it off.
Alright. Then it's just going to use its beak. I'm just going to roll claws again, but the beak might do something. ... Let's see. Go ahead and give me Innovate, DC 13. Oof, it's going to hit again. Oh! God!
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so what were your hit points at before you applied the damage?
7.
Okay, so you took 11 over, so you have to make a death save against 11.
Jesus,
oh my god.
Very
and you
short.
have to track the HP.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, after death, right? Okay.
Yeah, because if that's the DC you have for your death checks.
It does. Their character sheet just went to -11 for hit points, so it is tracking.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's see. Let's go. Let's do this right. Let me check here. Combat, dying, and unconscious.
Just to clarify the grace thing, can we all use that, or is it just?
Well, everyone has different abilities. I don't know if you have a grace one. Let me see. Under features,
so.
You do. You have flame body.
Oh, sword grace.
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
Dwarves do not take damage from fire-based attacks, physical or magical, unless they wish to. And nothing on them can be set on fire. And
so theirs is a passive more than an active?
yeah, they're just immune to fire all the time. It's absolutely crazy. Dwarves are made of fire. Elves are made of water, which is part of why they don't like each other. Because the elves have this ability. Gentle water. Elves can move as freely underwater as on land. Also, while underwater, they can hold their breath for 1 hour. After spending 1 hour submerged, they must spend 1 minute breathing normally. Elves can also vocalize normally underwater. They also gain a +2 fortitude and willpower against poison and disease type effects.
Not bad.
I mean, Tabbits, they get, they get to add their adventure level to danger sense. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I get to say that my god's dead.
Yeah.
Probably scales well.
But wait till you guys see the leprechauns, a real playable race.
Wait, what?
Yep, leprechauns, a real playable race.
Oh no.
And halflings are called grass runners, and they are also pretty cool. Not as cool as leprechauns, though.
I thought you were gonna call them Kinder. I was like, oh no, God, no!
No. But I couldn't believe that leprechaun was just there. I was just like, yeah, leprechauns. Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, so let's see, damage, determine damage. Okay, a character becomes unconscious when their HP reaches 0 below. Okay, so where is it? Where is it selling the check? Determine damage, determine effects. Okay.
Is it just like 2d6 plus vitality or something?
I'm looking it up. I want to make sure it's either death or fortitude. I want to make sure we got the right one. I don't know if it makes any difference at this point. It's a death check. The target number is 11. So it's 2d6 plus your fortitude. So your fortitude is 4. So it's 2d6 plus 4, and you were trying to get an 11.
Alright, well, I'll just roll for fortitude then.
Okay. I mean, statistically, you should... Oh! Woo!
Oh, made it.
Oh, yeah.
He's still alive. Oh my god. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 22 All right, let's see. And then it says here under endless attack or continuous attack that it can make a third attack against the same target if the second attack is. I'm not gonna just outright murder you here in this tutorial adventure.
I mean, I would outright murder the rooster. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Because it will just drag your negative HP even further, and then there would be no way statistically for you to make the check. So then, yeah, it would just kill you. Oh my god. Okay. We'll leave you alive in case anybody wants to try using like healing stuff to practice with that.
Sure.
Yeah. But I guess canonically, your innards have been spilled all over the cave.
Your innards are out.
We gotta test all the variables, man.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That's all the bad guys. Back to the good guys.
Retribution!
I think I'll go first on that retribution so I can give you the damage bonus again.
Okay.
I'm going to try and take a smack at that cockamite.
Alright.
Accuracy. Please? Oh no.
Ooh, that's not gonna do
There was an attempt. And then our John Fighterman gets Surging Offense. And I think that's it from me.
Okay. That's an increase to damage, right?
Yes, +1.
Alright. Should I put that in the damage bond now, or that's calculated after?
It's added at the very end. It's added at the very end.
Okay. Yes.
Any sort of like bonuses to damage always get added after you roll on the table because they don't impact the severity of the table. They impact the damage that's dealt in addition to whatever you get on the table. It's a very important thing because some people they see it as adding to the roll on the table, which is bonkers because a +2 on that table roll is going to probably guarantee critical hits for some people that wouldn't normally be there. So it's very interesting. But all that gets added at the end. All right, what do you got? This thing has an evasion of
strike.
This has an evasion of 9.
I believe in you.
So that would make it easier for it to evade it?
You're trying to hit an accuracy of 9 when you roll your accuracy.
Okay.
Or I think you have to get higher than their evasion. So you have to get a 10 or higher. Yeah.
Alright. 10 or higher on 2d6. Okay. Let's do it! Hell yeah!
Yeah. Murder that chicken.
Oh, so we were doing that wrong. Accuracy has to beat, it cannot tie. So that is a success. That is a success.
Okay. Good to know.
Alright, and so this attack will get +4 damage.
Again, I think the only time tie wins is heroes rolling initiative. I think that's the only time that a tie wins. Otherwise, you're supposed to be beating numbers.
Damn, crit again.
Holy shit, dude!
A total of +5 after that.
+5? Where's the other damage come from?
Well, I get increased 4 more damage for the power strike.
Power strike. And 1 from me.
Holy shit! Alright. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. It does resist quite a bit of damage with its beefy body, but then I'll add the other 5 damage back on top. Very nice. Alright. Took a chunk out of it. Alright. Gosh, cool. What's that move? Power attack?
Power strike 1.
Power strike 1.
That's the fighter ability.
This feat can be declared at the time of any melee attack. It is effective for that single attack. If the declared attack hits, its damage increases by 4 points. As a risk, any evasion checks take a -2. Oh, spicy. If multiple characters are hit in the same attack, then select one character at random from among those hit. Oh, that must be for like cleave attacks and shit. That's dope, dude.
Right.
That's dope. Okay.
It's the power attack of this game.
Yeah, I like that there's like a penalty with it, though. You know what I mean? Like you're
Leave
going
yourself
all
open.
Yeah, you're going all out. That's cool.
Mhm.
All right. Who's next? We got Elven Priest, Tablet Sorcerer, Lycan Grappler. I don't think you have to make checks every round. I think it's every 10 minutes. So you're really just kind of stuck on the ground cheering.
Every 10 minutes, or if you take damage again.
Oh, right. Well, that would be really bad. We are.
Yeah.
Sitting at negative 11. So, oh my god, there would actually be like a meta to healing someone, even if you couldn't heal them up to positive hit points, just because you'd want to make it easier for them to not die outright. Holy shit.
Let's make it irrelevant. I'll go.
Okay.
So Elrond is standing there in a very anime way. He pushes the glasses up on his face. He goes over the lenses. He says, "By the power of Cien Lasara, get up." And he casts Awaken on her.
All right. So does Awaken give him the hit points to get up, or just?
I don't know if I can actually I'll just read it.
Oh.
Sleeping, stunned, or unconscious character wakes up, so she's unconscious.
So here's the
If
problem.
The hit point is below 0.
Okay, if the hit point
If
is
the
below
point
0.
is below 0, they're set to 1.
Oh shit!
So it
That's
doesn't matter.
really good.
Yeah, Priest is awesome.
That's awesome.
And then you get an action immediately, and if you're prone, you wake up prone.
All right, so he would be prone.
Huh.
But he gets an action immediately also?
Yeah, it's a great spell.
Holy shit! All right. Goddamn. Okay. And it's at range too, right?
Range 1. That's why I had to move
That's
up.
insane. Okay. All right. So you get up. You moved last round, right? You didn't move this round? Because you can't cast spells in the same turn that you move.
Yeah, I was going to move up to heal John Fire, but...
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, wait,
I'm upside down.
Yeah, because we're in round 3 now, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. But you're upside down because you're prone.
Why am I prone? I'm awake.
Oh, my bad. Wrong person. There you go. All right, so Lycan Grappler, you get 1 action. I don't know if you could take free actions out of turn. Let me see.
I think that's because otherwise a dead person would just skip the round because it's team-based rounds.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
And the spell does say can take action, not an action. So I think you
it
just
doesn't
get your
grant
full
an
turn.
action. Okay, so yeah, you can stand up for free then, Lycan.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
I think standing up costs you some movement, but we're at melee anyway, so.
I think standing
There
from
was something in there.
standing up is just a minor action,
Get back.
Come on.
but you can only do it on your turn. Minor action. A character becomes unconscious when their HP reaches 0 and they fall prone. To regain consciousness, the character can use a Awaken spell, but they will wake up still prone. While in the prone state, the character will receive -2 penalty on all action checks, including accuracy and evasion checks, and they cannot move. To get up, the player can use a minor action before their movement. However, during the turn in which they get up, they have a -2 penalty to their action checks. This penalty is removed at the end of the turn. So you're like distracted by getting up or whatever. So you have -2 to accuracy, and I guess all your action stuff. Anything that's an action you take. But you definitely don't want to stay prone.
No.
All right. So you get up from prone. Now you're at -2. What do you do?
Let's try and hit the chicken.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that is definitely gonna hit. Holy shit, dude. All right, 8 points of damage, and you get to make a second attack with your other weapon. All right, it absorbs most of the physical damage. It's like this creature's muscles are too strong against physical damage. You have to beat. We have a -2 to that because you got up, so that is going to miss. All right. And that would be your turn. All right, play passes to Tabit Sorcerer.
Excellent. I'm going to shoot at Vindictive Cockamite. I'm going to use my Mako Stone.
Oh, nice. To steal some MP from it? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll do the full 5. So here is the DC.
Okay, DC 13. Alright, Cockamite. Gonna try and make that magic resistance roll. So it gets a 13. So that is going to be resist. Alright. And it is going to take half of this. It does take full damage from magic. Alright, and with that, the creature is bloodied.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that.
Alright, we head to the next round. Okay, these two chickens are going to attack the dwarf. Dwarf, go ahead and give me 2 DC 9 evades.
There's 1. And 2, right?
Correct. Alright, the first one hits, the second one misses. Here comes some damage for you. There we go. Alright, 7. And then your armor's going to soak. Okay, then I'm going to have each of these kobold marksmen shoot one of the people that is in the front line. So it's going to be... I'll need the 3 of you to all give me evasion rolls of 10. So, human fighter, Lycan grappler, dwarven fighter. Evade rolls 10.
Wow.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh my god, incredible. Alright. And then the last one to go is Vindictive Cockamite. He caws at you, and the subtitles say, "How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, bitch?" And he is going to attack. Alright. Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's not working.
Seems wrong.
Yeah. Let me see.
The chicken sounds mildly racist.
There we go.
This entire game's mildly racist.
Alright.
Fair.
Woo! Alright. Because you dodged the first attack, it doesn't get to attempt the second or third attack.
Thank God!
Which is good. Which is good.
Yes!
Alright. That is the bad guy's turn. Play past the good guys.
Okay.
I'll cast Dull Weapon on Vindictive Cockamite.
Alright.
Told that beak.
Ooh, that was not a good roll.
I can tell you right now, this thing uses I believe a flat magic resistance of 13. So, yeah, so 9 is not gonna work.
Right.
Alright, who's up next?
I'll give it a go.
Alright, you would still have a +1 damage bonus from the dwarf because she hasn't acted yet.
Yes.
Alright.
We'll do another power strike.
Go.
How does it feel as the priest and the sorcerer to know that the monsters cannot get to you as long as your allies up front are holding up?
It's pretty nice.
Is it? Like, there's no, like, oh, I'm gonna tumble through and get you. I'm gonna like path around them to get you. It's like you are actually safe back there.
Oh.
All right, 13. Well, let's see. What was the first roll?
The first one was a +7, so it still would have been a 12. I accidentally rolled
okay.
3 and a 6 before.
Oh, okay. That's gonna hit. All right, give me some damage. All right, 6 points. Plus 1 from the.
5.
Oh, plus 5. Oh, because you're just gonna be doing the power attack the whole time. Got it.
Yep. That's how you fight bosses, man. You gotta smack them hard.
Let's see. It's gonna be no damage, but then the damage will kick in. All right, so it do take some damage. All right. Who's up next?
I think that should be me then, so I can give the bonus to the Lycan.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you get the bonus, and then I get the smack on the Orcamite. Please. No. Tie doesn't work.
Correct.
In that case, that's that. I am chunky, but I'm not hitting much.
All right. Play passes to. Who's up next?
Okay.
Lycan? All right. Let's see. That is going to be a hit.
Sweet.
Very nice. Okay.
So 9.
All right. It takes some damage.
Look how big of a reward we'll get when we turn this into that farmer.
All right, you get to make another attack with your other weapon. Unfortunately, you got a beat.
Yeah,
so that comes up 1 shy. All right, play passes to Elven Priest.
All right, shakes his head at the sun and says, "You are stubborn. And get yourself killed, young lady." So we'll do one of those. I don't know if I need to roll this.
Yeah, there's actually a power table for how much healing you do. Let's see. So you rolled. Does not look like it rolled correctly.
It's 10 plus magic power damage. So is it 13?
So it's supposed to roll on power table 10. Let's see. Going in here, cure wounds, details. Oh, it didn't fill in the table. Ah, that's so annoying. All right, hold on. I thought if I told it what the table was, it would fill in the table, but it did not, so I have to manually fill in the table. I am desperately trying to find all of this stuff already built so that we can avoid this kind of shit, but let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright. Go ahead and hit the power button on Cure Wounds and see if that works. Okay. So you heal him for 12. And I think that's what HPR is. HP recovery is the little bottom right green check.
Makes sense.
Nice. Very cool. Okay.
Yep, that works.
All right. Play passes to the baddies. All right. I have so many things open. There we go. All right. Same deal as before, Dwarf Fighter. These chickens haven't given up. Go ahead and give me some 2 evades.
Okay,
And then-
1, 2.
Okay. Success. Success. Alright, and then I need male human fighter, Lycan grappler, female dwarven fighter to give me evade 10s against the marksman. Human fighter, you do have a -2 from power stance, so that would actually drop that to a 9. Let's see. So Lysara, you are hit. Male human fighter is hit. Bronmera, you're not hit. So here's the damage for male human fighter, and then here's the damage. Wow, that was a big fucking damage roll. Here's the damage for Lycan Grappler, who hopefully just got healed just in time. Alright. Alright, and Human Fighter, the Lycan Grappler is not dealing the kind of damage that you're dealing, so you have this cock's full attention. It turns to you, and it is going to initiate its continuous attack. I need you to give me an evasion against 13. But you remember, you have a -2.
I don't think it gave me that damage like it was supposed to. Did it?
You've got armor.
See. No, it applied it. It applied it to the Vindictive Cockamite for some reason. So I will give him back those 6 hit points. All right.
Do the enemies have the targeting thing too?
They have. Yeah, I have the ability to target, so I don't know why it's doing that, but.
Oh no, I meant the targeting. So ranged attacks don't hit friends.
They are all, they're all marksmen, so they all have targeting under their special abilities.
Dang it.
Stray shots cannot occur. Alright, so I need an evasion roll from the fighter of 13. Since you're rolling to defend, you'll win on a tie. But you are -2 because of power stance, so that is going to hit. Here is some damage for you. 12. Alright, and then it was... What's up?
Do I have to target myself? Is that what's doing that?
If you have your mini selected and then you hit the PD button in the bottom left, it should apply the physical damage to you.
It's pulling up a menu with a bunch of people, but I'll pick myself out of that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I had that
if
too,
you target yourself, then it'll apply when you hit PD.
Okay.
Okay.
When you say target, do you mean target or select?
Target.
Oh, you actually have to target. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way I could get it to do it.
Interesting. Okay. It's gonna follow up with a continuous attack. Go ahead and give me another evade 13. Oh, so that works even with a -2. All right, so because of that, it will not get to make a third attack. All right, that's all the bad guys. Back to the good guys.
So, I've got this fun thing where I only have 1 mana left.
Oh.
And I don't have any attacks. So is there anything I can do in this situation?
Harsh language.
I think you have a small knife. I don't know if you want to...
The description of the small knife is cannot be used as a weapon. So
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't even have that. Yeah, I don't even have that.
All right, so I don't know how much first edition and second edition D&D you played, but back in the day, if you were like a low-level wizard, you got to cast like 2 spells all day, and then you pulled out your sling, and you just slung stones at people. So I guess in this you can't even do that unless you take like a level of a level of marksman or whatever.
I mean, you can use weapons, I think, but it's you don't get the
I just don't have any.
I don't
Could we
know
have
what...
given you the spear?
Yeah, you could have the crude spear. You want the crude spear?
Sure.
All right. So what you could do is you could move up and then take the crude spear from the dwarf. That could be your turn.
All right, well, I'll do that.
All right, because taking an object is a free. I think taking an object is a free action too. So you move up, you take the spear off the dwarf, and then you equip it.
Taking is minor, but giving is major.
Right. So he moves up. Minor action takes the spear. Minor action equips the spear, and then he should be able to fight, right?
Yeah, but then I have to take my turn first to hold it out for him.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But that would also take my attack.
Wait. He can just take he can just take the kobolds off the ground. He'll just take the kobolds off the ground.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go.
All right. So
that's a major action. Picking up from the ground is different than holding it. It's specifically an
Really?
example in the document.
All right. So
well, if I move and then major action take the spear and then minor action equip the spear, I'm set.
Yeah, but
you have to take.
Right.
All right. Congrats, you did it. You have a spear. So you move forward.
Yeah, minimum strength. I don't think I have that much strength.
Oh no!
My strength is 11 and it has a minimum strength of 15.
Oh my god. Let me check the kobold strength to see.
They don't have a strength 17 either.
It should probably be set to whatever the kobold strength is. Oh, they're a monster. They don't have to follow the rules. Okay. Cool. So yeah, you move forward and you pick up the kobold spear, which is sized for a small creature, and you're like, "Ooh, this is heavy." Oh, buddy. This is pretty rough. All right, and turn. Who's up next?
I think
Orange, you want to go or?
Lycan should be before me because you still have the. Bonus,
Oh, you can benefit from the buff, yeah.
Okay, let's do it up then.
All right, 12 is gonna hit. Ooh, with the plus
So 7.
with the +1, it does not get through its physical
Does it
defenses.
do anything?
It does nothing. You can attack again.
All right.
All right, that's going to be a hit. Let's get some damage, some big damage. Get them critical hits. Okay, so 1 point of damage. Only because the dwarf told you it was a good idea to hit things.
Yes.
All right, who do we pass to now?
Do you
I'll
want?
go.
Yeah, Orange, and then you can tell the fighter.
Yeah.
Fighter also hit them harder. As you do, and then of course X.
So she's just
against,
constantly just talking the whole fight. She's just talking the whole fight, wildly swinging her axe. Okay. You swing your great axe, missing everything and everyone, but you tell the human fighter, hit him harder. Play passes the human fighter.
I'm just going to use standard attacks this time because I want my bonuses.
Sure, I'm in
-2.
+4 damage, bro. +4 damage.
Yeah, but I'm going to die if I.
I also said we're only playing till 1, and I already have you 23 minutes past.
Oh, okay,
so.
yeah, okay, so yeah, we'll go all in then. Shit.
Yeah. We might just end the episode here and be like, I wonder what happens. Oh well.
All right.
If we get renewed for another season, you can find out.
Well, power attack.
There you go.
That's gonna be a hit.
Damage.
All right, 6 + 5 is 11. All right, takes a total of 4 because he does resist 7 damage from physical attacks. All right, and then play passes to Elven Priest.
So team, I can't keep this up forever, just let you know.
In worst case, you all retreat behind me.
I will heal
That's
those
true.
first.
I mean, nothing can seem to hurt you, so that works out pretty good. And you got a shitload of hit points.
The big lad hasn't attacked me yet.
Well, you haven't presented this
word,
threat.
yes.
Yeah, you're just shouting at everyone. So it's like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I found it easiest to just apply that evasion mod to my stat line.
So do that. and spend
Oh, like
that.
in the temporary box? Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
idea.
That's for Isara.
Alright. So, more healing. Very nice. And I did tell people that we'd only play till 1, so what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and end the playtest right there. Before it goes any further. Because I did want to, if you guys could stick around for a few minutes, I wanted to actually talk about the mechanics and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah. So, how y'all feeling about it? Like, what's the initial take?
I thought it was very interesting. The way, yeah.
I like it. Like, there's a lot of potential, like with the different classes, what have you, can take on like major and minor classes, and like you still have the lower power scale issues, but no, I like it. It's just a matter of like a lot of the programming, and I can kind of see why IRL or just theater of the mind and just running off books is preferred.
Yeah, like I could see this being very, very fun with stronger VTT support. I don't think it's necessarily like bad. It's just there's not like the VTT came with instructions, but like even the instructions, I don't really explain everything. Like, why isn't accuracy calculating properly? Like, is there a field we're supposed to be filling in that we're not filling in? Like, is it not grabbing that number? Like, I could definitely see there being like refinements that could be made to it. It do kind of have the vibe to me of, since it's such a small pool of people playing, like a small community of people playing, that each group ends up sort of taking the framework of that's built, and you kind of build it out to work for your group, and you sort of build the habits that you need. So like Stone said, like, I'm just going to add the -2 because I know that it's, that way I don't have to remember it's going to be there. So in that temporary field, he kind of added in. We were on like year 3 of Pathfinder 2e and Foundry VTT, and I mean, I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I have over 50 mods that are just Pathfinder 2e specific for automation and tracking and speeding up gameplay and stuff like that. So like to kind of gut all that, it's not, I'm not going to hold it against the system that it doesn't have good VTT like automation tools. That's really just on my end, that I've gotten so used to having that kind of stuff that it do kind of force you to be paying closer attention to like what has this and what has that and +1s here. It does feel a lot more like playing in person, where you don't have all those automation tools to sort things out.
So, out of curiosity, I just tried to open up a new game on Roll20, and they have a 2.5 sheet.
They do have it.
So I can't speak to its quality, but it is there, so it might be an option.
I haven't looked at it. I've heard that you have to run a lot of API scripts.
It's who did the character like the mod for VTT, because it's apparently from a third party, not from Roll20 themselves. Group SNE.
Well, Group SNE is actually the company
that's
that makes
the owners of it.
Yeah, that's the company that makes Sword World.
Okay, then apparently it's officially supported.
Okay.
So might be worth trying.
Agreed.
To me, it seems like that the temp is just because it's a catch-all for character sheet. Instead of putting every special abilities in everyone for like the different races and everything, you just put them in the temp bars for when you need them and take them off.
Yeah,
because they're easily editable.
I could see it being very tricky to build in VTT space for this, because so many things can be toggled and changed like on the fly. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
It's kind of a trust base. They trust you to take off and put on those mods. Like they're not going to keep track of that for you. But as an early game, that early support, it makes sense. It's got the spaces for it, which is more than some games do.
Yeah, I think it's a strong enough framework for sure that it really just comes down to finding some system agnostic mods that could maybe improve the tracking of things would be good. Maybe just writing some macros that could help automate things. So like, yeah, I think there's potential there. Outside of the VTT aspect of it, like, what do you guys think of like the vibes, the gameplay compared to
everything being 2d6 plus modifiers is fun. I really like it sounds like there's a ton of potential for the way the class system works, and that seems really cool.
I'm sorry.
I like the mana part also, rather than having to deal with like
spell slots
or ranks or anything like that. Like that's always interesting to do.
I'm very curious if there's like a wand or something that has like stock damage that doesn't use MP. That's supposed to be the mage weapon. When you don't have
in
spells.
order to cast spells, you have to have implements as part of casting it. Instead of like spell components, you have to have a magical implement. But as far as can that implement be used as a weapon? Yes, any weapon in the game can be made an implement by paying 100 gamels on top of the cost of the weapon. So if you wanted to have like, if you made a sorcerer and then you took a level of fencer, right? You could have a sword, and then the sword could also be your magical implement. So you would.
I don't know, like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, is there like a wand that acts like a cantrip type deal? It does not use MP, but has
I do not know for
It's
sure.
like the magical version of a sling, yeah.
Yeah, I do not know for sure. I know that they don't have like cantrips in the same sense that we've gotten used to them, and that was one of the biggest design changes of 3rd edition forward. Was people were like, I don't want to use a sling on my fucking wizard. Like, I don't want to be forced to play an elf wizard so that I can have weapon proficiencies besides staff and sling and dagger, which is the meta of like 2nd edition D&D. Was you generally made like an elf spellcaster so that you'd have racial weapons and then be able to get around it that way. So they were like, what if you just had magic that you could always cast? So yeah, I am curious as well if there's something like that. There's a ton of items, so maybe. But I do know that they really, really want to play up the class identity. Like the scenario that we had here, where the front line was holding so that the back line could support and cast spells at range, exactly what they were hoping would happen, right? That's like how the game is designed. Somebody going down, the priest popping them back up, exactly how they envisioned everything happening. The sorcerer running out of magic points, exactly what they wanted. And then the priest being, and then the priest being like, I'm almost out of magic points, exactly what they wanted. And I think that's why they have all those subclasses, or not subclasses, but minor classes for you to take, is that maybe the Tabit after this is like, fuck, that elf was able to use his bow, I had nothing. So they start looking at what else could I be doing when I run out of magic, right? And then you kind of grow your character in different directions to kind of meet the needs of the party. So I do kind of like that aspect of it for sure, that it's very class identity based, which kind of forces like the party composition to not always be the same, but to be fleshed out, right? Because again, there's certain actions that if you're not a ranger, you're not a scout, you can't do it. If you don't have a sage in the party, you never get to take advantage of monster weakness and know what the monster's weaknesses are, do extra damage to them. So like, I like that the class identity is so pronounced. Like, it's so heavy with like, we have to work together, we have to exist together, we're just not gonna be able to do it. So I think that part's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny. Until it was just said, I would have never thought of the idea of like a little wand that's essentially just a reskinned sling. Like, that makes so much sense. Like, cantrips were just originally essentially magical
I mean,
slings.
that's really all they were. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's all they were. And then the whole like scaling the damage of them was just crazy bullshit. Like to scale the damage of the cantrips, but not like have weapons scale in a similar way was just
that
weird.
was when it got crazy.
But the argument in 3rd edition and in 1st edition Pathfinder was the cantrips would scale because ammunition would scale, right? So like you wouldn't. Eventually, you're rich enough that you never shoot a regular arrow. You're always shooting like a flaming arrow, an ice arrow, arrow of slaying. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to like make sure everything was kind of keeping pace. Melee wise, you're making multiple attacks per round, which is the equivalent of multiple damage dice, which is why cantrip damage dice scaled, etc., etc. But yeah. I could see in this, if you wanted to have that vibe of like, you could probably just ask the GM like, hey, I know that I'm using like a bow, but could I just be shooting like magical force or whatever? And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. As far as like, are there actual options for that? I mean, there's 3 core books, each one's over 300 or 450 pages long, so maybe there's some shit in there. So, yeah.
I will say though, being melee with damage thresholds essentially really was kind of boring. I don't know if you homebrewed the Mega Rooster and overshot the values a bit, but that thing having 7 damage reduction for the melees felt a little bit excessive.
So I didn't have time to like dig through all the different monsters. So for this, I just grabbed like a bear. And I just used like the base bear stats, and I did tone the rest of the numbers down. I didn't notice that its physical resistance was so high until we were like already in the fight. But for sure, its physical resistance was that high because a bear is a level 6 monster, and like everything except for its defense, except for its defense has been scaled down. I scaled down its evasion, its attack, its accuracy, all that kind of stuff. But sort of like Pathfinder, you guys should be fighting stuff of your level or within a range of 2. So something with like stats this big would just be like very, very difficult, if not impossible to defeat. So I just kind of threw a higher level monster in there at the end just to kind of see what the math looked like. With the values lowered on everything else, I do think that it scaled down pretty well, except for the physical defense. If you had made the check to get its weak point, it was weak to magic, but then again, you were also running out of magic points. So like, yeah. I will say this was not a cockatrice, because a cockatrice in Sword World is a level 10 monster, which was kind of wild to find out. Yeah, everything's like different over there, which is just kind of neat.
Well, I mean, if sleep is as nasty as it is, I can only imagine petrification.
Yeah, I mean, it's very old school D&D. There's just a lot of like, you're fucking dead. You know what I mean? There is just a lot of that going around, which is kind of crazy.
You can crit fail death saves.
Yep.
It's an instant death.
Yep. So what did you guys think about that? About the dying mechanics, the going down, the healing mechanics?
You really don't want to get to that point. Like,
yeah.
The stakes seemed, once you were in it, like the stakes were higher. It's like, I have to make this or that's it. Like, mathematically, there's no coming back.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you take a big hit and it's immediately a high DC.
Yeah. Like 5e definitely trivialized being at 0 health. Pathfinder 2e brings it back a little bit with the whole like stacking wounds and increasing dying with wounds.
But this felt very different.
But this is very like, you don't want to drop to negative hit points. Like, you don't want to. And that's another reason why I threw like a big monster in at the end, because I kind of wanted to guarantee drop at least one person to 0, just so that we could see what it would be like. In a more balanced adventure, you'd be fighting a boss monster that's maybe like 2 levels higher than you, with a couple adds. You would never be fighting something like way higher than you. Or if you were, hopefully your context clues and, monster knowledge and stuff, you realize like, oh, we can't be dealing with this shit. We got to get out of here. sort of situation.
You could definitely see like mid-range how it kind of intended. If somebody goes down, somebody in the mid-range would grab them, drag them to the back line, or from wherever whichever line the conflict's on, and take care of them back there, so they couldn't be hit by.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
What did you guys think about the zone-based combat versus what we normally do, which is grid-based?
Honestly, I liked it.
I really liked it.
It's basically the same, because if you pay attention to the grids, like most of the time you just stand there and fight.
Right?
Like you might flank, and this is kind of the same thing. Like,
but simpler.
Yeah.
It's like always fighting in a bottleneck pass, which is cool, but it makes you think. It makes you plan accordingly.
And it
you
really plays into the whole, team composition. Like, how much do we lean into frontliners? How much do we lean into magical damage dealers? It's healing. No, I like it.
I like the idea of having the 3 different sort of combat styles all within the same rule system for how that particular combat is supposed to feel. Like, I think that's a very, very good idea.
It definitely lends itself well to a party. Like how you're doing, one side goes and the other side goes. If it was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I could see it being more of a hassle. But with one side going, then the other side, it makes the zone combat very.
I also think it I think the combat moves faster, not just because you have less that you can do on a turn, but also because I feel like an entire team going and then the other team going, it reduces the amount of things that can change.
Yeah, like complicating factors.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So like in a normal Pathfinder fight, Elven Priest, he's going to go 4th in initiative. He knows what he wants to do this round, but 3 people could go before him and change everything. And so by the time his turn comes around, maybe everything he had planned is now falling to shit, and he's on the spot, and he's got to come up with something else. Whereas if you know that, okay, the round's over, we could do this, guys. It feels more like American football, you know what I'm saying? Where you're like, we have the ball, we're going to make the plays, and we're going to hope that the plays succeed, and then it's going to pass over to them, but they're going to try to make the play. And I don't know, I think that's kind of cool.
Also the cycling of abilities, like giving that one damage bonus. Couldn't speak. Having it team-wise, it's not like, oh, well, I gave it to my teammate, and the person they were fighting died or ran away.
Right.
And now that's been completely wasted. It's a resource that you don't want to.
I think it's also the team-based combat is also, I think, very helpful for DMs, because I know when I'm DMing and I'm leafing through different character sheets for the enemies at once in one fight, it costs a lot of time. And this time you could just go 3 chickens, attack that, and that, give me defense rolls.
Yeah.
It goes very fast.
I did like having flat rolls for everything as the DM. They recommend flat rolls for everything except damage. And then if you want to have a more dynamic boss, they recommend disabling dynamic on all the boss stuff and having everything on the boss be active rolls. So it's like, you don't know for sure what the boss's accuracy is going to be. That the boss could critically hit with their accuracy, etc., etc. Some groups, they do static on everything on the enemies. So you know that the kobolds are always going to deal X damage on Y accuracy. And, this and that, the other thing. So, I like as a GM the idea that if this cutie was actually a spellcaster, she could be lighting your asses up from the back line the whole fight, unless you had a way to get to her. And as long as there were dudes in the front, you can't get to her. And even with ranged attacks, a lot of ranged attacks, unless you have higher level feat support, if there are units between you and the target, even if you could target the space that's 2 zones away, you can't actually target a person if there are too many creatures in between you and the person. So it could, because like human shield, cover, that kind of thing. So like it does put some pressure on people to like, we got to get to that caster, like we got to get back there.
And is there like party composition with? Oh, sorry.
With the feat, you can actually like make a sniper build. Like
Right.
the marksman class, I think, has abilities that say you can shoot through skirmishes. So that's another way that ranged people can not just be I shoot the guy in melee and hope I hit.
Right, yeah. And then it
Is
creates
your
like
ranger class, does it let you like can move through? Is it like disengage and get to the
Uh,
next zone, or is it always
There
stuck?
is one that lets you move through them, so you could get into the backline, and there's
Mhm.
a ranged feat that lets you shoot through skirmishes, so you could hit the
Cool.
backline if you wanted to.
Yeah, so like again, 3 core books, 450 pages each, and then there's a bunch of supplemental stuff too. So like there is enough like I think crunch added in that as you get higher in level, you can definitely make builds and party compositions that could deal with more dynamic threats. So and vice versa, right? Like they might have some enemies that can break your front lines or fly over your front lines. There's a gargoyle monster that's pretty tough for low level but like manageable, and that I think can actually just fly to a zone, like so it could just land in your back line, start like attacking.
Can
So,
Cavaliers break the front line?
I don't know. There is a subclass called Rider or Jockey, something like that. So
Yeah, it's Rider.
Yeah. So anybody can take any class, right? So if you did want a character that used a mount, and by the way, mount can also be like a motorcycle because they have Magitech in the campaign setting. So you could just straight up have like a motorcycle that you ride around on in battle. It's pretty neat. Yeah. I don't know. I see a lot of potential. I kind of like it as like a palate cleanser. Like it's just like, you know, when you play one particular game all the time, it can always be nice to try something else. Is it for me? I guess is it better, different, or the same as like Dragonbane? Because like I do see a lot of parallels between this and Dragonbane. Dragonbane to me is like grittier, even more gritty than this. This definitely is anime. You know what I mean? It's like anime Dragonbane. I don't know. I think I'd play some more. I think I'd play some more of this. I mean, I'm gonna run. You know, I'm gonna run an adventure for DirtCon next week. But I'm wondering if beyond that, like my Monday game, they're entering like book 3 of 3 for the campaign. So like, I'm trying to figure out like what am I gonna do after that one? And part of me really would like to try and make a run on this, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Not 100% sure.
I think I would be interested, but I don't know if at least the low levels would capture me enough. So we'll have to see how fast you get past that, because so far it seemed, at least on the melee side, it seemed rather basic.
True.
Because, well, no resources whatsoever to burn, basically, at least on mine.
Yeah. And there's still the issue of, you know, like, it is kind of designed in that more traditional, old school, like, fantasy way where everybody kind of has their role, and you do your role well, and you succeed. And if you don't do your role well, or the dice are not kind, you know, shit kind of falls apart. I wonder if other aspects of the game outside of combat would kind of elevate the experience so that it is a little more fresh and interesting. I don't know. I think it would take a little more time and exploration, but overall, I think it's pretty cool. And I do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to hang out and go over all this stuff with me.
Thank you for running it.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Any parting words? Otherwise, I'm gonna close down the stream.
Just so you know, for when it's like for when we play at DirtCon, like every 3 things I did on my character sheet, like broke it and I had to close it and reopen it.
I was having the same thing with the boss monster, where every time the initiative, every time somebody would roll, it would like reset his sheet. and I had to close the sheet and open it for some reason.
Yeah, I had to. It kept like breaking my attributes. Like it would just put in like null errors on them. I have to close it and open it
I had similar issues. I don't know if that is caused by some of the mods I have installed, or what. I got kind of frustrated that none of my hotkeys, I didn't want to reset all my hotkeys, so I imported the settings from my 7 Dooms for Sandpoint game, but that also includes like a bunch of Pathfinder shit. And so I think I maybe confused the system by being like, yes, I would like you to set, I would like you to be like this, and it's like, I am not sure, but I will try.
And I don't know if something that I was doing was busting something, because I was having like leaving the Vindictive Cockamite targeted.
Yeah.
When I was doing stuff, and you know how you were saying if you didn't, like I had my character selected, but had the Cockamite targeted.
Yeah, so
and how there were some interactions there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know if that was causing something. I didn't until that was said. Oh, that does that. I'm like, wait.
I could try turning like all mods off and then running a, mock combat and seeing if that nulls out values and stuff like that. But,
yes, it is. As long as there's the quick fix of closing it and reopening it, like it's not a huge deal. But if that happens to anybody playing, just say, yeah, it's fine. We know this happens. Just close your sheet and open it back up. It'll be good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's such a delicate ecosystem. You have to be running it on Foundry 13. You basically have to set it up on a private host. So I am also curious what the Roll20 experience is for this. So I might look into that also. Just have to see. All right. On that note, I gotta go do yard work. All right.
All right.
All right. See you guys next weekend for DirtCon.
Woohoo!
All right.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Later, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Eh.